Hello, and welcome to Hollywood Happy Hour Podcast. I'm your host, Stephen Anthony Bailey.
Stephen Anthony Bailey!
This is my co-host,
Stephen Anthony Bailey!
Ben Biggers.
Ben Biggers!
You might be asking yourself, why are we doing these impressions?
Where am I right now? Am I a senile old man? And I ask myself, where'd I go? What am I doing in this room?
This will all make sense later.
That's brilliant. I think it's great.
Great. Hi. All right. So this is the Hollywood Happy Hour Podcast. I'm Stephen Anthony Bailey. Normally I record an intro by myself, but for this episode, this is a weird one, so I'm not even going to do that. Sitting next to me is Ben Biggers, and
Here's a little disclaimer about this episode.
Yeah, let's
Steven
talk
said
about
it went off the rails. That it wasn't what he thought it would be or wanted it to be. However, my claim to you, the listener right now, is that this is the best episode of this podcast that he has ever done.
Or will do.
Or will do.
Sure. So for the listeners, I say you're welcome for what's to come, but also for the listeners, I say I'm so sorry. Please do not unsubscribe. Enjoy!
Bye.
Are you eating a protein bar?
No.
Mess with the wrapper a little bit more. Right.
I think that's great. People like to hear eating on podcasts.
I think yeah. They love it. Let me turn this. All right. So where are you from?
Are we going?
We're doing it. I don't have a lot of time here. I have you for 2 hours. Let's do it. Come on, you got a protein bar in your mouth?
Got a protein bar in my mouth. It's a good start.
Yeah, I like it.
I'm from South Bend, Indiana.
No kidding. Where's that from? Where is that?
It's up in like the top left-hand corner of Indiana, very close to the Michigan
Got to
state
lean
line.
closer to the mic here.
All right.
Come, get intimate with me. It's because you have a mouthful of food, right?
We're all learning here.
Yeah.
And
Ooh,
here I am learning.
I love that the microphone picks up every little. Right now, it's so good. This is great.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
This is exactly what I want this episode to be. I
You
just
want
it to be
lip smacking?
Nonsense. I want it to be all the nonsense that I want to capture it, like everything.
Well,
I want them to see what it's like when, we are just hanging out.
well, here you are.
Yeah,
There are flies on the walls.
Flies on. Yeah, I have a bug problem.
Well, I'm looking at that protein bar, and I'm just gonna have to abstain for 2 hours. That's gonna be.
Just make yourself at home. Be yourself.
Okay, I will.
So you're from South Bend, Indiana,
Yes, sir.
and you are in Los Angeles right now
I'm in Los Angeles
for the first time,
for the first time.
and we're recording that.
I know. It's amazing.
I document your trips.
Thank God.
I like to make sure that everything's on record.
Someone has to.
Now, this is something I don't know. Are your parents from Indiana originally?
No. My father, since I'm being recorded, I call him my father.
Father, yeah, not your
trying to
dad.
Yeah. My papa, he is from Fresno, California, and my mother is from Texas. And so neither of them lived in Indiana, but when you get in, my dad went to college to be an equine veterinarian, and so there's not much of that. There's a lot of that work in Indiana, a lot of Amish.
A lot of the horses.
Mm-hmm. A lot of the hosses. Hosstock, as his license plate for real says.
Wow.
HOSS
What are
DOC.
What are their names?
Brian and Kari.
Yes, and will they be listening to this?
No, there's no way.
No way?
No way.
Not even if I sent them a copy?
Of course they'd listen if you sent them a copy.
Well, hi guys. So you're from South Bend.
Yes.
Your parents are amazing people. They're
Yes.
very down to earth,
Mm-hmm.
very calm, very obviously very smart, educated people. And are they what level, 1 to 10, would you say they're supportive of your activities as an actor?
100%. So supportive.
Have they seen the show you're on right now?
They have not. They haven't seen it yet.
Well, so that sounds more like 90.
Yeah. It's not 50-50, it's 100-100. So no, they're so supportive. And when I was auditioning for colleges to study musical theater at, my mom was she spearheaded that project all the
Yeah.
way. Yeah, totally.
So you have the mom and the dad, right? And you have siblings.
I have 2 older brothers, yeah.
This is so weird
Will
for me
and
to
Joe.
pretend I don't know any of this.
Yeah. Why? Why?
I just think it's I'm the voice of the listener.
Right, you're
can't be
you're getting
me.
the info. That's true. I guess so.
I can only provide a little bit of what it's like to actually hang out together. So
Exactly, that's true.
So your brothers,
2 older brothers, Will and Joe. James William Biggers, Joseph Lee Biggers.
right? And how often were you getting picked on, being the youngest?
Dude, oh man, I got picked on so much as a kid. So much. I remember my brothers used to like, because I would do anything that they told me to do. So they would, like, I remember once we were at my grandma's friend's house and Joe just had me, like, try and perfect the perfect belly flop. So I would, like, jump off the diving board, belly flop, and he'd be like, that was good, but it wasn't it. We got to do it again. And so I remember just belly flopping like 10 times in a row and like crying and like the whole front side of my body is just totally red.
And
but
for
I would
those
do
who
it.
can't see you,
Yeah.
you have been tall forever.
Yes.
You stand, what, 6'3" right
6'3",
now?
yeah.
6'3"?
Yeah.
It's about like 6'3 3/4. You're massively tall.
Yeah.
And you got the guns to go with it, so that helps. Like,
Well,
when
there's no open carry law here.
Yeah, exactly. You know, just gotta be careful. You're wearing a parka right now.
Yeah.
You're in Los Angeles hiding those guns. Like, you were tall. So here's the backstory for the listener. I met you
Give me the backstory.
when you were 12 years old,
Yes.
and there's a 7-year difference between us.
7 years.
That means I was 19 when I met you. You were 17. And we befriended each other. And so it was a little weird that a 19-year-old was hanging out with a 12-year-old.
Very weird. I
Yeah.
wouldn't do it.
Yeah, no, don't do that. But we were, so it wasn't just like I saw you on the street and I was like, hey, 12-year-old, let's hang out.
Yeah.
So we met each other at South Bend Civic Theater.
Oh, yeah.
Your
the OG place.
Yeah, the OG place. I've
Stars
talked
Born.
about this place a lot on the podcast so far because 2 episodes ago I had Stephen Cole and I did Death of a Salesman with him there.
Oh, wow.
And he's out here now.
Who'd you play in Death of a Salesman?
I played
What's his name? Eugene?
Eugene.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that. Who's Stephen Cole?
He played Biff.
Oh,
so
yeah.
it was and
There
we
it is.
confronted this interesting issue on the podcast. It was down to Mark Abram Copenhaver was auditioning me, Stephen Cole, and Scott Shepley,
Okay.
and rotating in and out between Biff and Hap. And I look young now to play Biff or Happy.
Yeah.
This is 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I was a fetus.
Yeah.
I
you look like a
looked-
sprightly young lad.
Yeah, I mean it was
A squire.
Yeah, for sure. And it's a compliment to Mark's view of my acting ability that he was even considering it.
Yeah.
But to me, it was a no-brainer. And so, like, Stephen Cole was talking about how he felt weird about it. Anyway, but so he's been on.
Why do you feel weird about it?
Well, I think he felt like he knew how well. What am I trying to say? He knew that my personality fit that role of Biff. But it was like Biff is older than Happy, Scott was older than Steven, and I was this baby. It was like, it just didn't work. So
Yeah.
you have to go by the look.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of times that rule was broken at the Civic, but,
Totes.
Anyway, he
Totes.
felt weird about it. We talked about it, got over it. It was great. So I meet you there. I had just started doing theater there in that January, and I did Man of La Mancha, Zombies from the Beyond,
Yeah.
and then I did
Because
like
they had those 2 theaters. They had the one that was like
main
about-
stage and the black
main
box.
stage. That was like how many? Like 200.
350, I think.
350?
I think so.
I remember walking that
Maybe
theater
300.
and thinking the first time I walked in that theater, thinking this is the biggest theater.
This is show business.
Yeah, I was like, this is show business. I remember walking in and being flabbergasted that that they could fill that.
And now you're performing for what, 3,500 people?
Yeah, it's something like that. The Pantage is like 2,200.
Yeah, 2,200 LA people who love to see it.
Oh yeah.
But the show that you did was, it was Huckleberry Finn.
Huckleberry fan.
Huckleberry Finn, and I got asked to do the show by Jewel Abram Copenhagen, Mark's wife.
Oh, that makes sense.
And so I got asked to do that show. I came aboard and I played Abner Shackelford. Pretty sure it's a made-up role.
I honestly don't even remember.
Don't think he's in the novel.
Shackelford. He has to be. He has to be.
Does he? Does he have to be?
I don't know. I don't
or is
know.
it a made-up thing to make a play happen?
I don't think that play is performed very much.
Good.
Because it's like, why not just do Big River?
Yeah.
But they...
Is the junior version of Big River called Little River, or is it Big River Junior?
Yeah, I hope Big River Junior. Just makes it sound like the son of. But I can barely even remember your role in that. I think...
Because I didn't have one then.
I think I remember you handed me a knife on stage. Is that
I
correct?
did.
I think I
did
remember that because there's a picture of it happening on Facebook or something.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was still new to the theater there, and they didn't respect me at the time. They gave me my respect later. But I remember like meeting you.
Something about Steve that you should know is that you have to pay him his respects.
You got to give it up.
When I came through the door today, he extended his hand. I kissed his ring. Mm-hmm. He grabbed me by my cheeks.
I took the ring off right after because who wears rings?
Yeah.
But it was a symbol of
I needed something to kiss.
respect. Yeah. Because it's like, it does feel good when people give you that. It's an intimate respect that I like.
Yeah, when they swear their fealty to you, which you also make me do every time I see you.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And having Barnes here.
Hey, Barn.
Feeling all right, buddy?
He's cool.
All right, he's doing good.
He's like, my insides are torn to pieces.
Yeah, he's not feeling great today. Was Huckleberry Finn your first play? That wasn't your first play, right?
Mm-hmm, yeah, it was.
That was your first ever play.
I auditioned. I remember doing an audition for Holes at the Century Center before that, and that didn't go well. And then I remember auditioning for The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe at the Century Center as well, and that didn't go well. And then Huckleberry Finn was like my third audition.
Third time's a charm.
Third time's a charm.
So you walk into that audition, having had two rough auditions. So
at HealthWorks Kids Museum.
Right. Oh, is that where it was?
Yeah.
Oh, because it was Jewel.
Was, yeah.
So you walk in there and you book the lead. Mm-hmm. That's the beginning of your story.
Yeah.
Wow, I was there at the beginning.
You were there at the beginning.
Holy
and you'll be there at the end,
shnikes.
Steve. You'll be there at the end.
Well, it's only a couple more weeks, so I think I can hang in.
I didn't know I had a hit out on me in L.A.
Yeah, big time. Tupac, big. Yeah, so like it was in like I remember being. So there was at first it's like, you get the role and I meet you and I'm like, interesting, like okay, like this is a kid. It's probably like he's not going to be able to act, but like you could act back then as a 12-year-old. Did you know? Like, okay, what was the like impetus to even go do that for those first two, the Holes and the Narnia auditions?
I don't remember.
Was it just something to do?
I think it was just something to do, yeah. I remember my dad, going with my dad. My dad also auditioned for Holes, and I think he might have gotten it. I remember them liking him in the room. I remember being like, my dad's good at this. But I think because I didn't get called back, he probably was like, I'm not doing it.
Right.
Cool guy.
It would have been crush your dreams immediately. Be like, you're just not good enough, kid.
You're not good enough. I am, though. I'm going to take this.
Now, has your dad did he do theater as a youth?
No, my family is very theatrical. I remember my parents doing like little skits in church when I was young. That was like...
Right.
Yeah, I remember watching them do like characters in front of the church. These, with like a moral at the end of the sketch.
Sure.
That's like the only kind of theatricality I can really remember. Right. Also, my brother Joe was a big part of me becoming an actor because he would like play like weird little games with me, weird little like imagination games.
Interesting.
Yeah. He would like craft like maps of like Middle Earth kind of maps and like lay out these huge fantasy stories. He would. Like one day I just woke up, it was a Saturday, I was young, and he like grabbed me and like took me he was like calling me like a prisoner and he like wrote down like my birthday on my forearm. He threw me in his car, he turned off the AC, it was like a hot summer day. I was probably like 9 or 10. And he took me out to my grandmother's farm, and he had this whole fantasy adventure laid out for me where I had to find the sword, and he was like, he played all these different characters, and I had to like solve this mystery. It was insane. And he made these swords in my grandpa's woodworking shed that connected to the barn, and he just like, he made all these weapons and all these costumes. It was insane.
Wow.
Yeah, it was insane. And I remember that's where I loved, like, that's where I first started, like, loving, like, playing pretend. The climax of that experience was one of the most insane things that's ever happened to me. He built, I finally got into this, like, locked throne room, which was the loft of the barn. And I was like, I had to sit on the throne to, like, complete this adventure.
Right.
And this is after, like, 2 days.
This was a 2-day fantasy.
This is a two-day thing. And I climbed to the top of these hay bales, which are stacked realistically probably like 15 feet high.
Oh, jeez.
This hay bale pyramid, and on top of it is a chair. It's the throne. And I begin to climb these hay bales, and I'm like 3/4 of the way up, and I hear like the ghost of the old king is basically the character. It just screamed like, no! And Joe is underneath the hay bales. He had put a table over his back, and then like stacked the hay bales, and then went back under into that hollow part and lifted the hay bales up with his back, and like while I'm on it, so the whole pyramid just like explodes, and I like fall down and like have to do this final battle. It was the most amazing thing ever. It was legit.
Can we pay him to do this again?
Dude, that's what I'm saying.
I go with you. That sounds amazing.
He said it's coming at some point in my future, whether we're like full grown adults, which we both are now. Whenever
what
it happens.
What an incredible thing to do. See, I always
Incredible.
thought myself a good big brother, but that is above and beyond.
Next level.
Holy
Next level.
shit.
Yeah.
See, well, that would inspire anybody to be an actor.
That's what I'm saying,
like,
right?
You're chasing that dream.
Exactly.
You're chasing that feeling that you had.
Yeah, totally.
Wow.
Chasing that, just totally being, totally immersed.
Good job. Holy shit.
So, man.
Okay, well, there's that. What a story. So you go audition, you get Huckleberry Finn, and after the story you just said, Huckleberry Finn must have been like shit.
No, Huckleberry Finn was awesome. Huckleberry Finn was, because I got to meet everyone. I got to meet you. Mm-hmm. I got to meet, who was I like so obsessed with? Because I was
the girl, didn't you kiss a young lady?
Yeah, oh my God, I did.
Was that your first kiss?
I did, yeah.
That's cute. I remember you telling me.
No, that was actually, she was in Huckleberry Finn, but I think that was in Christmas Carol. It was when I kissed her.
Oh, is that when it was?
Yeah, I forget her name. It was like Maggie or something. I think it was Maggie.
I remember you bashfully telling me that this happened because you were seeking approval for that moment, that had happened for you.
It was so intense. Yeah, I remember
like, good job, buddy.
Yeah, it was so cool. Oh my God. I remember that. I forgot
hilarious.
about that.
So you were in Christmas Carol?
Yes, dude. I played Peter Cratchit.
Right.
What would you give to go back and just like relive being in Christmas Carol?
Well, I remember.
Civic?
So I took that show too. I got asked to do that one as well.
Were you not in that?
I was young Scrooge. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
I came in just for a quick cameo because I was in the complete works of Shakespeare downstairs.
Oh yeah. Oh, sorry.
And then I would leave rehearsals, go play young Scrooge, go back downstairs. Mm-hmm. And I had never done Shakespeare before. I didn't understand any of the references because I was just like ignorant of Shakespeare, and I ended up getting fired from that.
I think I remember that.
Let go from that. And then the next thing I think I did was probably salesman. Yeah.
How did they fire you?
Well, it was Jim Copens. He came in.
Wow.
He was just like
the big daddy.
The big daddy of the place. He was the executive director. He came in, and he was like, I appreciate how hard you work at the theater here, and you do a lot. You volunteer a lot. You're helping with the sets. You come in. You usher. You do a lot of roles here, and I know that you want to like continue doing shows here, but this just isn't like working out. And I was like, at first I was heartbroken, and then I remember like looking at him and being like, thank God, because I was struggling so bad because you're trying to do all the Shakespeare plays in 90 minutes,
right.
And I didn't know any of the references. I didn't know what I was trying to portray.
Yeah.
It was literally blind, shooting bullets in the dark.
Yeah.
The wrong way.
Right.
Like, it was terrible. So they let me go from that, and they wound up opening I can't remember, it like opened up the door for me to do Death of a Salesman with him.
Right.
Because I wasn't going to be able to do it before that.
I wish I could go back and watch that Death of a Salesman. I wish I could go back and watch it. Just to see him
I'm
see
sure
him
there's
do
a
it.
video somewhere.
I don't remember.
You got clout now. You could ask for a tape.
Yeah, give me a tape.
Yeah,
give me the salesman tape. I don't remember. I remember doing. I guess he was in Christmas Carol too.
Oh
he
yeah,
Scrooge?
he played Scrooge. Well, him and Craig McNabb. They're
Switch Marley
they're
and
both gone now. Wow, yeah.
Oh yeah, he
They
was
both
Doc in
passed.
our West Side Story.
Yes,
I
he
know
was.
we're building up to West Side Story.
Oh yeah, that's the highlight of this interview.
That's the highlight. That's one of the highlights of my life, man.
Is it really?
Oh, that summer West Side Story. Oh wait, summer '08 was solid.
Wow, you remember the year? Yeah.
Because Dark Knight came out that year.
Oh shit. Mm-hmm. That's right. That was okay. Yeah. Okay. Let me write down Dark Knight because there's a lot to talk about that.
We talked about that movie a lot.
Well, we sure did. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so Huckleberry Finn, we do that. I thought you were amazing. I distinctly remember like having instant rapport with you. Like we had this banter going on immediately. Mm-hmm. And for instance, we haven't seen each other in a long time.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
And as soon as you get, I picked you up the other day. As soon as you get into the car, it was like 2 minutes of, hey, how you doing? Right into it again, as if no time had passed. Mm-hmm. I quite honestly have tried to find that level of mind-melding banter, and I have not been able to find that.
Right.
I've been close,
right,
but I have not found that. Like, what do you think that is that, is it because we have a lot of the same interests and the same sort of references?
Yeah,
or?
same like references, same we both grew up in the same place, so we have a lot of the same sort of sensibilities about things. And also there is that thing of like, we met when I was so young. Yeah. And so we sort of like formed a bond then, and we've remained friends for 12 years. Yeah. So I think like that just like totally informs like, an easy relationship to just kind of get back into the rhythm of.
And it's just so interesting. Like I remember like, so we did the plays, and then I told you, I remember I was like, I'm moving to Los Angeles, and you were the last person I said goodbye to outside of like my family, but like it was like I said goodbye to you, then I went back to my house, said goodbye to my family, and I was on the road.
Right.
And that was a weird thing because it was like I've always looked at you like you're in that, like, your family to me. You're like, you are a brother of mine. Mm-hmm. And it's a very interesting thing. Like, I think at the time, here's what I'm trying to say. I think at the time, I didn't realize how rare that was going to be. Yeah. Like, to actually care about somebody enough that you would want to say goodbye to them and, like, have it be, like, a sort of painful thing. But anyway, going back to, like, so I remember, like, us in the green room, and we were just holding court, man. Like, I remember it was, like, we would just improvise, and we would develop characters and go on, like, a 5-minute improvisational routine. Yeah. And you reminded me of the name, and so I was Bugsy, which you, like, anointed me with that name, and then I don't know if I named you
I think
Teacup.
you did. I think you did. Yeah,
Teacup.
Teacup. Yeah, those two characters. We would do them.
Bugsy
all the time.
and Teacup.
Which I forgot until the other night when we when I saw you and you brought those up, and I was like, oh my god, I haven't forgot about those in forever.
Well, and obviously there was like a lot of I remember us talking a lot about like Coen Brothers films and Goodfellas and like Mean Streets, and so I think there was like we both had an affinity for that genre. Totally. And so so we just started talking, Exactly. Before you know it, you were like, hey, Bugsy, what are you doing? And I was like, well, I just went to the store. I got these new shoes. I think they oversold me. What do you think?
I remember that like bit about the new shoes. That's like what we used.
What was I don't remember what the
I don't remember
the thing was
at all.
But I think it was something like I was like what do you think of these shoes? You're like, they're good shoes. And I'm like, I think I got ripped off.
Oh my god!
I think we should go down there. Here's what I think we should do. I think we should go down there, get a couple baseball bats. All right. We knock on the door real soft like. Then when they say who is it, we say it's a salesman. And when he opens the door, boom, we hit him with those baseball bats. Boom.
Have you talked about this on the podcast before, Bugsy and Teacup?
No, never.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
That has been that. Yeah. Wow. I can't believe that.
but we there was no talking about it. We just did it.
Oh. Yeah.
It was very weird. And the
so
fact,
hilarious.
like, and
I
I
love
at the
that.
time I was 19, I had done some like improv classes and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You were like 12, 13 with these crazy references
Yeah.
and able to do accents and improvise like that. I think I was like so impressed that I was like, oh shit, like I gotta like, make sure this kid really goes for it.
Yeah.
Like I remember thinking that, like I'm going to do, if he ever needs help with anything, I'm gonna help him do it.
Yeah.
So then of course we go do Christmas Carol, and then I think I didn't work with you after that, but I saw you do Over the Tavern out at Elkhart Civic.
Oh yeah.
I don't
Over the
remember your
Tavern.
character's name.
His name was Georgie.
Georgie.
Can't believe I remember that either.
Yeah,
I have such a bad memory.
You were
but
so good in that, and I remember how hard you worked on that role. And it was good.
You know,
that was
I got-
a really great play.
I got suspended from school for doing that role.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I went to a Baptist school, and my can I curse on this?
Fuck yeah.
Okay. Damn. So
Starting slow. Okay. All right.
okay, working up there.
Underhand slow ball pitch. Okay.
No, I remember I said shit in the play.
Yeah.
Because the character
Shit.
had. I honestly don't. I don't remember much about this play, but
I remember it very well.
the character was young, had some sort of learning disability, learned the word shit, and then
Just
would
repeated it.
repeat it because he
Yeah.
got a big reaction out of people, and he couldn't really discern a good reaction from a bad reaction. It's just
Right.
So
Reaction.
and I said shit in the play, and my principal found out at my Baptist school, and I got suspended for the weekend, one of the weekends that I was in the play, just as long as I participated in it. So I couldn't go to school Friday or Monday of that.
Well, that's great.
Okay.
It gives you time to like warm up. Maybe he was doing you a favor.
Yeah,
like,
maybe it's like this kid needs to
he's going to be
focus.
exhausted, so let's give him a
He's
day to
gonna be-
prepare.
he's gonna
Then
be
after
exhausted.
the weekend, let's give him a day to recover, and also tell him not to curse so much.
Oh my gosh.
Well, how ridiculous!
Ridiculous.
And I don't, I don't want to step on anybody's religion, but
Come on.
that's a little ridiculous.
Come on. No, that's crazy. That's the behavior of crazy people.
Absolutely,
You-
and
So
that your
unbending.
performance was so honest and real that it does more good than any bad that could be done by you saying shit.
Yeah. I know.
Since you were suspended anyway, I wish you would have just looked your principal in the face and said, "This is a load of shit."
Just
walked out.
walked out. Flipped his desk over.
Yeah, for sure. But so I remember seeing you in that, and then was the next time we worked together in a play, West Side Story?
I don't remember what. I'm trying to think. The smell was me. I'm sorry. I just saw that sign. The next time we worked together in a play, yeah. I don't remember.
I
I
guess.
think between it's Huckleberry Finn, Christmas Carol, Over the Tavern, and then I guess West Side Story. Wow, what a trip.
You did a lot of plays though. We were both going back to back to back to back to back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's also because we were in South Bend and we were willing to be in plays, and
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
you can really rack up some plays
Well,
if
and
you're willing
If
to
you
be in
think
them.
about it though, and I've thought about this often, is how lucky we were to have. I'll give you for instance. I hate theater here in LA. The quality compared to Indiana,
Yeah.
small town, is night and day.
Oh, wow.
We had a great facility to work in. It was in that it used to be a Masonic lodge, so it had those beautiful pillars of stone. You walk in, it's a brand new state of the art theater with these nice seats. It's very clean, very professional staff. They were very strict on who was directing. They had an amazing technical crew. And some money to go into the sets. Sometimes the costumes were questionable, but
Oh, totally.
but it wasn't for lack of trying or
Yeah.
talent. It was just the budget wasn't completely there because it is community theater. But
Right.
I mean, I look back on that place very fondly.
Me too.
Another
Very
memory
fondly.
I have of that place is somehow we got into the theater at night, and we were not supposed to be there. And there was a set.
Oh yeah. This
I
was
don't-
around Huckleberry Finn, I think, or
after-
Christmas Carol. Oh really?
Yeah, I don't remember what it was, and I can't remember if I was like rehearsing for one of the shows. Anyway, we got in. No one was in the theater. I turned on all the theater lights because I knew how to work everything.
Yep.
And I mean, they would have kicked us out forever. Like they would have
For sure.
But I remember we took like an hour and a half, and again improvised a full arc of a show.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I had never done anything like that before, but that was again one of those special moments where you're just like, for me, I was like, who the fuck is this kid?
Yeah.
Like you were just so like willing to play and be imaginative, and your improvisational skills were off the charts.
Yeah, man.
The fact that you're not like at an improv school right now is like weird to me. Is that something that's in your back pocket that you're thinking about using again?
Right. I don't know. I mean, I feel like stage acting sometimes requires a certain amount of improv, but I mean, I would love to get back into that again. That's not something that's on like the forefront of my wants or desires, but it's not something that I would say is out of the question at some point in the future.
Right.
Hopping back into an improv class.
It sure is fun. It's hard.
It's so much fun, and that memory you bring up is like I definitely remember that. That was
it was crazy.
Yeah, lovely.
And then I remember. So I tell stories about this all the time, but I'm glad to have you on the podcast because
oh yeah,
it's like I shared so much of my beginning with you that I can having you if I just talked about it to somebody else or just in like an intro by myself, it's almost to me like I can't get the story out properly. But I remember like buying the camera, and I remember we just would just shoot stuff.
Yeah.
I remember we shot a Goodwill Hunting scene where I think you played Matt Damon's part, right?
Yeah, totally. It's the part where they're at the construction site.
Yeah, and
he's
he's
like
saying
talking about
you have a gift and don't waste it.
the best part of my day is when I walk up to your door and hope you don't answer.
I didn't even think of this before I brought this up, but how perfect is that scene for me and you to
Oh,
play?
yeah, yeah,
Because I
yeah.
just wanted to see you
Right.
cultivate your talent.
Cultivate, yeah. I would also say that you and Joe are both equal influences on my, wanting to pursue acting. I remember you like really being, totally like an older brother figure to me, and really just, like you said, wanting to like cultivate that and expand, my horizons in that way.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously they were showing you movies because you had crazy movie knowledge.
Yeah, I watch a lot of movies. I watched like a lot of adult movies as a kid. I think it's because I was the youngest. My parents were like, we just don't fucking care anymore.
I don't have the energy to tell him no.
Exactly.
He's going to argue with me. He's going to get mad. He's going to slam a door. I'm not playing this.
It's true. They would, when my mom was like, if I was really sad about something, my mom would be like, do you want to watch The Patriot? Like, because she knew that would like cheer me up because it was a violent, crazy movie.
Would you like to watch murder?
Yeah. Yeah. Like Mel Gibson in a riverbed, like, with a hatchet just covered in blood.
Benny,
red coat
look down. Do you want to see the river scene? You want to see that? Will that make you happy?
Yeah. Get some weird sort of aggression out, I guess.
Oh my God. So then we do West Side Story. You played Baby John.
Oh yeah, Baby John.
And you share with me the aggravation of that West Side Story dancing audition.
Oh boy, yeah. I've tried to dance for many years now, and I've never been able to. And that was the beginning of me realizing that I had no skill as a dancer. That I would always fall short. And even in the production itself, I was, there were a lot of people up there that just shouldn't have been dancing.
Fair enough, but I think you played your character very well. And I think everyone called you Baby John for like a long time.
Yeah, a long
after.
time. Some people from that cast,
They might not know your
still
name's
do.
Ben.
Yeah, they don't. They think I'm Baby John. Because that's, I was just so much younger than
I
everyone.
saw Ben the other day, from West Side Story. Which one was Ben? The tall one? Baby John?
Baby John.
You talking about Baby John?
It's Baby John. Yeah.
Did he get those new shoes?
I didn't. I actually still have those Converse that I
No
wore.
shit.
Yeah, no fucking shit. No shit.
I think I borrowed Converse. I wound up buying some later.
Yeah.
Of my own. Yeah, any whoosies. So, that was a very special time, too, because, my pops died opening night of that show.
Oh, yeah.
My grandfather. That was very, painful. I talked
remember
about that. And, so, anybody that was in that show instantly became family and a support group for me.
Yeah.
So, that play was, a turning point. It was, a change of a chapter. It was okay, well, he's gone. now what do I do?
Right.
I don't have. I'm on my own now. I have to figure everything out by myself, and I really like this acting thing, and it's getting me through. Acting has always gotten me through everything, so it was like, well, I guess this is my life now,
Right.
for better or worse. So,
Right.
but yeah, it was very powerful. I don't think we haven't done a play together since then.
Have we not?
I don't think so.
I guess not.
Guess not. That's stupid.
You weren't in Greece?
No. Because I took a break. I took a bit of a hiatus because I was going to, two things happened. I was going to Elkhart Civic Theater, and then I went through a really bad breakup,
Yeah.
and I got like sort of blacklisted for a while because I was showing up like late, wasn't learning my lines. At one point I showed up smelling like alcohol, and they were like, can't have that.
Yeah.
I was just in a bad place, and it was like I just needed a break anyway because like I was using it as a crutch, going back to back to back to back to back,
Yeah.
and putting my life on hold. I wasn't dealing with my life and dealing with the grief of all this different stuff, and it was like. But I knew I needed to take the break, which was good because it gave me time to be like, do I really want to do this with my life?
Yeah.
And so it ended up being a good thing. But yeah, I definitely burned some bridges. But
was that when you did cabaret? Did you do?
I did cabaret sort of. So yeah, after West Side Story.
I love how we're going just through the South Bend Civic catalog. Who's
the
done
original
that?
No one.
No one.
I haven't really done that with anybody. So
wow. I wish I could go back to it sometimes though. Like just to go back to that moment in my life.
I've often thought like I want to do one more show there.
Oh, dude, me too. You know Sam Funk.
Oh yeah,
Samantha
yeah.
Funk? Mm-hmm. We want to go back and do Christmas cabaret there for like a week. Just see if we can get that booked for a week. How much fun would that be?
I would absolutely
right?
do it.
Hell yeah, right?
Because I want to pitch to them that I want to do Hedwig there.
Oh,
I'm a big fan of that show, and I want to play Hedwig really bad because I think I could nail it.
Yeah, man.
And I want to pitch that to them and be like, hey, if you guys put this on, I will come to South Bend for 10 weeks.
Dude, how cool would that? That would be a blast.
Yeah.
I would love to just do that for fun.
Yeah, for sure.
That would be so much fun. We could all just have fun, and there would be not that much pressure. I mean, there would be pressure, but it would...
Less pressure.
Yeah, it would be like a getaway. It'd be
yeah,
like
it'd be a little summer jaunt.
Dude, okay, I'm so in for that. We both have like a free summer. I'll come back. I'll play whoever. I don't care.
Yeah, let's do it. I'll pitch it. I'll write it. Be like, you got two working actors, and if it's like if the spin was like they're coming back home for a one-time only show, and like it's got an angle, we could sell it out.
Yeah, it would be.
All right, I'll call Aaron. I'll be like, hey, here's what we want to do. If we can get the right show, and you let us do this, we'll come back and we'll knock it out. How much fun would that be?
I'm so in. Hey, what's the policy on using the restroom if you have to?
You want me to take a break?
I mean, we can pause it. I just have to pee really quick.
Okay. You pee. I'll get you more water, and then we'll keep going. Are you ready for this? I don't have the rights. What if? We are back from your tinkle break.
Thank you for having me back.
Yeah. So.
Am I the only returning guest?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's your most embarrassing memory?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we'll jump right in. I don't give a shit.
Oh, man. I have so many stories that I cannot tell on mic.
Right, but what's one you can tell? Like a super embarrassing story.
Super embarrassing.
That you can just drop on us.
Oh, let me think, man. All my embarrassing stories are... Can I get back to you on that?
Sure, we'll come back around to it.
I'll come up with a good one.
I love this rum, but I want you to smell this, and I want you to think new pool toys.
Okay. I know what you mean.
That smells like new pool toys.
I know what you mean. Yeah,
it tastes like new pool. Do you want to try it?
Yeah, well, I'll try it.
Have a sip. It's that's from Turks and Caicos. That's Bambara rum. It's my favorite.
It's like chomping into a pool noodle.
I like to drink floaty. Okay,
I like
we'll
to
come
drink
back
a
to that.
floaty.
You know what? Normally I save this for the end, but because this is a weird. I'm just kind of going with my gut here. I want to do the Pivo questionnaire with you right now, the one they do on Inside the Actors Studio.
Pivo, okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yes,
right?
yes. This is James Lipton
sure
technique.
is. Yeah. So here we go. Have you ever done this before?
I think it begins with God, right?
No,
Or does
it
it
ends
end
with God.
Oh,
So
jeez,
don't
okay.
jump ahead.
Okay, sorry.
in
Don't
the
want to
moment.
get ahead of myself.
What's your favorite word, Ben?
Oh, monolithic. I like the word monolithic. I think that's a pretty word.
Sure, let's move on.
It's like the way it rolls off the tongue.
Yeah. Well, what's your least favorite word? Stereolithic?
Stereolithic. Least favorite word. I'm not a big fan of poop. I don't like how whimsical it is. I'll take shit any day. I'll take crap over poop.
No, see, mine is crap.
Crap.
I don't like...
I don't like crap either.
I hate the word crap, like, especially if someone says, I have to take... I
have to take a crap.
I can't get it out.
That's something that like
That's terrible.
Yeah, I get a very specific image of who's saying that when I hear that.
For sure. So, what turns you on creatively, spiritually, or emotionally?
Turns me on creatively. Challenge.
You like to be challenged.
Emotionally. Vulnerability. And then what was the last one? Spiritually. Spiritually.
Yeah. What gets in your spirit and fills you with glee?
Oh man, I don't know. Spiritually. I guess like total freedom. I think that's good for my spirit. It's just having total freedom to do what I want.
Right.
Having like just an hour in a day, and I have nothing, and that's just like my hour that I can recharge.
Do you meditate or anything like that?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I used to be a lot better about it. Recently, since getting back on the swing of things, I have not.
I dabble
really
a bit.
meditated. It's nice.
I started like, I don't want to get into religion, but like I started like studying Buddhism just in my spare time, and that of course leads you right into the world of meditation. And like I had never really done it before, and I started a couple years ago. I like I pretended, but then once I like looked into it and started thinking about it, and like I would do things like, what is that clear? What's that app called? Clear Mind or
Going clear?
No, that's Scientology.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm. What am I talking about here? Headspace. You ever use that app?
Oh, dude, I love that's
Yeah.
the first time I meditated. And the last
Exactly.
time.
Everyone
Yeah.
kind of starts with that, and like
It's cool. It
goes for
teaches you.
It's
It teaches
great.
you how.
Yeah, for sure. I was using like YouTube videos or whatever, but then I kind of got into that. I was like, oh, this is better. Okay, what turns you off?
Turns me off.
Yep.
What turns me off? People who dishonesty turns me off.
That's a good one. What's your favorite curse word? Damn.
Shit.
Crap.
Crap. Favorite curse word? I like shit. I like shit a lot. Shit.
I'm just gonna pull that bite of you saying I like shit a lot.
I like
and
shit
put it
a
at the
lot.
top.
I like to eat it. I like it in my cereal.
Num nums.
Shit.
So is it something that you say like when something goes wrong? Do you say it can be used in a good way as well?
Damn it.
Fuck.
Shit. I think it's shit. Fuck. No, I say fuck when
Parents
something
are gonna
goes.
love this part.
I know they're gonna burn this tape. I almost just said tape, like you're gonna send it to them in a box.
Yeah. But I'm not
Visible.
going to put it on like a cassette tape. I'm going to just do
Yeah.
audio on a VHS tape. Pop it into a
Oh my
VCR
God.
and just listen to audio.
It's very Zodiac.
It's just going to be like,
killer of you.
yeah, it's just going to be video of just like a lamb just laying there licking itself.
Oh God, that's beautiful.
Creepy.
And very scary. Shit.
Mostly scary.
I like shit, but I say fuck when I'm
Most
upset.
people,
Fuck.
most people's favorite curse word is fuck because I think it's more applicable. I think you get more anger and rage out of your body. It's like cracking your knuckles. It's like the equivalent
Yeah.
of cracking your knuckles. Like, that just feels better.
Yeah. Fuck.
Yeah, right? Like, so, fuck. Same thing.
Wow.
They sound the same.
I felt like you were teaching me a technique just then.
I might have made one up.
Okay, well, there you go.
What sound or noise do you love besides the sound of my voice?
I love the sound. Oh, I like that. I like that sound. There's I'm actually listening. I'm listening. There's an artist named Cornelius, and he
Oh,
has
God.
and he has this.
Is this real?
Yeah, I swear to God, dude. And he, there's this song on the beginning of his album. It's called Mic Check, and there's a sound of the tab of a soda can being lifted, just kind of ripped off, just.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So good, so good. I also like just kind of fizzy stuff being poured into ice. I like that sound.
My favorite, not that this is my
Dumbest
Peebo.
thing I've ever
No,
said.
it's not. Mine's dumber. I like the sound of a putter hitting a golf ball. That tap. Yeah, that was pretty good. That was it. Yeah. What the hell was that?
I don't know.
Ghost. All right. What sound or noise do you hate besides the sound of my voice?
Besides the sound of your voice, I would.
Oh, that's the one.
That's the one that
okay.
responds.
All right.
Oh God, I'm trying to think. There used to be so many. I mean, they're the sounds that no one likes, like the screeching, metal screeching on.
Or like nails on a
Yeah,
chalkboard.
I can feel that in my teeth.
Oh
you know?
God! Or like you feel it like at the edge of your nails, just like you feel like your nails. Or like styrofoam being.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I feel it. I
rough.
feel this feeling in my teeth, like my teeth are being, like finally dragged along the top of a seatbelt. Do you know what I mean?
So
Like the ridge.
that's a deep cut.
The ridge of the seatbelt
Yeah.
and the ridge of my teeth, and it's like, it's terrible.
That's a good one. Okay. What profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
I would love to be a park ranger. That would be
Okay.
nice. I think that's what I would go into if I wasn't doing this.
So if you're a park ranger, do you think you could handle like going toe to toe with a grizzly bear?
I think that whether I'm a park ranger or not, I think I
got
could
it.
take a
Okay,
grizzly.
cool. What would you say to rascally kids around the campfire that are going a little too bananas?
You know what? My methodology there. I would try and spook them out.
Oh,
I
okay.
wouldn't try and be stern with them. I would give them a stern warning, and then I would go full Scooby-Doo villain.
You've got good legs. You could pull off those short.
I have terrible legs. I have long legs, but they're
Right.
bad legs.
Right.
I have bad legs.
Yeah, you're pale like I am too. We're a
Yep.
very fair skinned bunch. So with
Yes.
your long, pale, skinny legs, I think you'd creep the fuck out of them.
Yeah, I would be like
Scare 'em real good.
a banshee.
Just pop out.
Pop out.
Legs first, like your Jack Skellington.
Legs only.
Yeah,
Legs
just
only.
Do the Jack Skellington walk and you got him.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Park ranger, interesting.
That would be an interesting. For those of you who aren't here, which is no one, Steve said, "Park ranger, interesting," and then lifted his eyebrows and looked away like a disapproving
Sarcastic,
father.
Disappointed. That's what you want to do, huh? All right. Good luck, kid.
Oh my goodness, that is so funny.
I guess you have my support.
I guess you have my support. Good luck out there in
Not
the woods.
financially. Not financial support. Just.
Oh me.
All right. What profession would you not like to do?
I don't know. Working,
Podcast host?
Yeah, podcast host. We're like some sort of septic tank duty. I wouldn't like to do. And that.
Did you
that's
say duty? God damn it, Ben. It's not that kind of show.
duty is. I like duty. I like duty a lot better than
you
poop
think-
and crap.
Honey, where are you going? I've got to do my septic tank duties.
The same joke every morning.
Yeah. But he's angry about it because that's how he has to provide
My
for his...
septic tank duties.
She laughed once, and now they're just still repeating it. Just on the verge of
God.
it all being over.
Yeah. He just mutters it to himself.
The kids just don't, they act like they can't hear it.
Yeah.
They just sit there like they turn the TV up slightly louder. Give the
But
parents
it's weirdly
privacy.
all he has left is that joke. My septic tank duties.
And then he gets in the car, puts on his seatbelt, turns on NPR.
Yeah.
Septic tank duties. It's still funny.
It's still good. You still
good.
got it,
got it,
buddy.
baby.
Oh God.
All right, here's your question. If
Okay.
heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates? What he would say is, please don't say shit.
Please don't say shit. Probably I was with you the whole time.
Wow.
I would think I would be like, oh, okay.
Dude, that's a pretty good answer. That might be and I've pretty much seen every episode. That's really good. All right, let's move on before
Right after septic tank duties.
I'm like, how do I don't want to comment. No, I'm not going to comment on it. Let's move on. That was perfect. That was like the perfect answer.
Oh, thanks, man.
let's let the listeners. Okay, so let me see what I've got so far. I know that I knew this was going to happen. I was going to get a bit off the rails. Normally, I give a better interview than this.
I think this has been so great.
It's not bad. And luckily, I'm taking notes. I noticed you have a tattoo on your right gun.
Oh, yeah.
I noticed it's a ram head. Are you into
Ram
the
skull.
Dodge Ram? Is
Yeah.
that what this is?
I'm actually into computers that go very fast, so I like a lot of RAM.
You like
No, I just thought it was cool. I was like 22.
So let me explain it. So it's a ram's head, but it's a skull.
Ram skull.
Ram skull, a ram scullion, and in the nose it's got one of those fancy nose rings.
Yeah, one of those
very
like,
1990s.
Like a bull, like a bull would have.
And then it's got a lightning bolt right on the forehead, but yet there's no skin, so it's like impressed into the skull. So
Yeah,
was
it's
it
like a part
struck
of it.
by lightning?
It's just part of the design.
So did you design this? Did you draw this?
Actually, I told my friend Marina Kondo, I did a show with her in St. Louis, and she's like an amazing performer in person, but artist as well, and she... Hello.
Get intimate. Get in it. Get in
I'm
there.
getting intimate. I'm getting into it. And she, I asked her to design this, and she drew this up, and I was like, "This is perfect."
How
I'm
long
getting
have you
this
had
on
that?
my-
I didn't know you
Got
had
it when
a
I was
a tattoo.
22 in November, so November 2016.
You got a tattoo at 22?
Oh yeah, tattoo at
That's
22.
cute. I don't have any tattoos yet. I've got ideas. Were you nervous about pulling the trigger?
No.
Doesn't bother. Are you gonna get more?
No. I mean, maybe at some point, but I mean, I really liked this.
Now,
and that's why I
it's
got
on
it.
the inside of Ben's right bicep, which he feels the need to keep flexing. As we
I'm
talk
not
about this.
flexing.
What?
Okay,
You are, dude.
People are always like, "Are you flexing?" And I'm like, "I swear to God, I'm not."
Okay, let's talk
I'm
about this for a
holding
second.
out-
Your family, including your dad, you're just naturally buff people. I know
Yeah.
you all work out, but at the same time, when you work out, what happens to you is not what happens to the rest of the world. You guys just go 1, 2, and buff.
It doesn't feel like that, Steve. It doesn't feel like that.
But it looks like that.
I feel like, we talked about this. We talked about this the other night, just eating even a little bit. It's like I just feel change. I feel change in my body, Feel myself
We
getting
will, yeah. Well, you got, you're a bit behind me. Wait till I take so much pride when my favorite thing is to be carded. When
Yeah.
I was younger, I hated it.
Yeah.
Because I had this I look so fucking young. I wish I didn't look so young.
Yeah.
And then now I still get annoyed because it's like you have to pull your ID out, whatever. But I give them the card. My favorite thing is when they give me the look like 31. Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's a fun feeling.
It
Know
only
that I
gets-
haven't fallen apart yet.
That's true, and looking young now is gonna benefit you so much more when you're older.
Well, that's why I
when
keep
you're-
drinking all this rum.
When you're yeah, so you can,
It's good for you.
Oh yeah, I bet.
So your dad is what? How'd you say that? What kind of veterinarian?
He's an equine veterinarian.
Equine.
He's a horse doctor.
Okay.
He's a Hosstock.
Hosstock, right. I remember you saying the play, and in fact, I still have your copy upstairs if you want it back.
Do you really?
Your copy of Equus.
You can
yeah.
keep it, man. You keep it.
Oh, well.
It's
Well, I
yours.
guess it didn't mean that much to you.
That's why I gave it to you.
Yeah. Well, I remember you saying that play
Can you
meant
imagine?
a lot to you at the time.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I loved that.
Now, did
play.
that start because you spent so much time around horses?
I don't think so. Maybe.
Are you like
maybe
fuck horses, or
subconsciously.
do you
well,
ride?
the guy in Equus is really like fuck horses.
No,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
Well, that's what I'm asking.
Alan Strang.
Yeah. Strange, more like it.
Okay.
Right.
Now we're getting into
Yeah.
it. We got a
now we're
dramaturg
there.
over here.
Mhm, yeah. We'll get in it.
I don't know. I think it's because I was like a really young dude, an angsty teenager, and that's a really good play for an angsty teenager to read. It's really like on the edge. You have a psychologically unstable character, and I think young male actors are really drawn to those like psychologically unstable characters just because it's the biggest, it's such a crazy
dude,
challenge.
Mine was Biff. Mine was Tom from Glass Menagerie. I mean, and they still are.
Yeah.
I have some growing up to do. But yeah, I mean, like they are very important. Would you still play that role today if it was offered to you?
Yeah, of course. Of course. Of course.
That's the end of the podcast, folks. Thank you for listening. I'm just going to delete everything on iTunes. It's over.
Yeah, all music
been a good era.
and
It's been a good run.
Yeah, the U2 album that snuck on there. Is it good to make
I'm gonna
references to
replace-
things from 2015?
I will, no.
that
But what I'm
funny?
going to do is I'm going to delete every podcast episode and just put the YouTube track.
yeah,
on
that'd be
instead.
great. From that
And just let that roll into people's podcasts.
what's it called? Tales of the
Tales of the Unbought Album.
the unbought album of
Tales of the
intrusive
Unwanted
band.
Bullshit.
Oh my god.
Tales
really
of
funny.
the Unfocused Over the Hill Musicians. Tales of the...
Were we talking about Bono? Was that you the other night? Someone
No.
was talking about liking
don't-
U2 except for Bono, and I was like, okay.
No, we were talking about... Was it me and you talking about Beatles? And I was telling you about my
Yeah,
order?
your dumb
my
list.
dumb, unpopular order.
Your list
Here's
is crazy.
I have started this thing on Twitter where I'm like just saying my unpopular opinions.
Sure.
For instance, I like Casino better than Goodfellas.
Crazy. You're crazy.
Yes,
Out of his
I am.
mind.
Yes, I am. Michael Keaton's the best Batman.
I mean, that... I think Batman is preference. I think if Michael Keaton's your best Batman, then
What do you think about John Hamm wanting to play Batman? I don't see it. I can't. Just because you have
Who
dark
cares?
hair and you're tall doesn't mean you're Batman.
I don't care anymore. I just
Well, it's
don't,
ruined.
I-
DC has completely lost their mind.
Yeah,
They didn't cast me as Nightwing.
They should have. They should have.
Dude.
If I saw you as Nightwing, I think that'd be a
That's
full-
like the only superhero that I fit into.
I think you're more of a Tim Drake. He's the third Robin. He's the Robin
Okay,
after
so
Jason
Robin
Todd.
or wow. Mm-hmm. Wow.
I'm-
How do you? Okay,
I'm
all right.
big superheroes.
So
is
we're
my
gonna come
stuff.
back around to Dark Knight.
Please
Interesting.
do. Please.
Okay.
I love talking about that.
Okay. So superheroes.
This
and-
Joker movie. We'll get to that when we get. to
Yep,
the
we'll get there.
superheroes.
We'll get there. We'll get there. Okay. So we know where you're from. South Bend, South Bend, South Bend,
Such a band.
South Bend, Indiana, Indiana. It's a lot of Italian folks.
Yeah, a lot of Italians out there. Oh my God.
We know about your folks. Got
Folks.
that. Have you ever tried stand up before?
Yeah. Screw you. We talked about this the other night. Okay, fine. I'll tell this
You're
story.
the only guest I've done a pre-interview with.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. Okay. So I did stand up once in October
York.
in New York in
God
October
damn.
of 2016. I'd moved there in April. October 2016. I was like, I'm doing stand up. I didn't have a tattoo yet.
I'm done, dude. Are you shitting me? That was so good. All right.
I looked up. I wanted to do stand up so badly. I Googled best stand up places in New York, and
Yeah.
best open mics in New York. So I go all the way to Brooklyn. It's like about a 15-minute train ride from
Your
Harlem.
warning right there. No?
Right.
Open mic in Brooklyn. Sounds like my nightmare.
Well, here we go.
That's
it's
like me
also
going
mine.
to Echo Park to do open mics.
I
I don't do it.
I don't get that reference, but I get the vibe. I get the
Someday.
vibe. Someday.
It's
So-
you get it.
Yeah.
A lot of beards.
Okay, yeah, a lot of beards, a lot
Yeah.
of judgment.
A lot of packages and tight jeans.
Yeah.
Uncomfortably.
A little
Like
too
stop
tight.
it.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes. They
got
got
it.
the flamingo legs.
Yeah.
So I go to Brooklyn, I go to this open mic, and it is all music. It is all music, open mics, come share your songs.
Mm-hmm.
So I go on after like 7 singer-songwriters singing just I don't want to judge their music, but it was not great. And then I go up there with these terrible jokes, and as soon as I start, I just feel the room just being like, this is not what we do here. There were 2 kids in the back, about like 18, 19 years old, and I was about 2 minutes in, and I saw them just have to break eye contact. And they just started looking at the floor like, please let this end, let this end.
Because what did you do? 5 minutes?
I
Did you do a full 5?
Oh man, I couldn't tell you. I could have been up there for 3 hours, as far as I know. It was a blackout. It was a blur. But I finished, and I remember going to the bar, closing out my tab, and they were like, "You should stick around." And I was like, "No way!" I ran out.
Yeah,
into the
so you had a
street.
tab. So what did you do? Buy a $9 can of PBR?
No,
Is that what it was?
I was drinking. I had a few Budweisers before, just
Oh,
to loosen
Budweiser.
myself
Wow,
up.
that brings comedy out of the person. I'll tell you
Yeah,
that.
that
was
makes
your
them way
first
more funny.
mistake. Holy shit. No.
It was
interesting.
rough. It was rough.
I think okay. So and I'm tooting your horn left and right here, but I think that you have all the capabilities to do it.
Thank you.
And we kind of kicked around the idea of like I was saying I saw Middle Edition Shorts.
Mm-hmm.
It was a gift, and I went to see it, and I was like, that's me and Ben.
Right, totally.
That's what we do. That's our thing. That's like, it's just all improvisational, charactery banter. Mm-hmm. It sounds like I'm diminishing them. I'm not. They're brilliant, but I also think we're brilliant as a, but also, regardless of the improvisational chemistry that we have, I think that you are a funny person. I think that, I'm sure you've heard it takes like 7 years to get good at stand-up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, oh, yeah.
You went to a bad open mic that wasn't for comedians. Mm-hmm. That's as bad as it's ever going to get for you. Mm. You've also seen me eat shit. You saw like my first 3 mics as a comedian.
I remember that, yeah. At McCree's Deli.
McCree's Deli. That was the Irish part of town.
Yeah. That's where,
we left Little Italy.
that's where all the Irish immigrants went.
Yeah,
they got all their names changed.
It's only fresh, new Ellis Island immigrants from the 1800s that live in South Bend. It's a timeless place.
They're stuck in a time bubble. And,
it's a little time warp.
By Granger.
Granger, Indiana.
The person who gets that reference is going to really enjoy that.
They'll
Whoever
like
understands
that.
where Granger, Indiana is.
But there's going to be like one nerd that gets a map out. It's like, that's by University Park Mall.
that's by the UP
Why didn't
Mall?
they just say that?
Now, see, yeah, I'll talk about the UP Mall all day, baby. I love the UP Mall.
Up Mall.
Up Mall.
Upper Peninsula Mall.
Totes my goats.
It stands for University Park.
Yeah, I don't know, but because
College
it's by
town. Notre Dame.
University Park. Yeah, I never actually thought of that before until just now.
Well,
University Park.
there you go.
Scottsdale.
So you saw me do stand-up. I have it on tape. I haven't watched it. You filmed it for me.
I remember filming it.
And you were so kind to me. But you were definitely bullshit. I I was terrible.
I need to watch the tape.
Notes. And bad, like, I did an Arnold impression because at the time, Arnold had... Okay, so here's the bit. I'm never going to do this bit again after this podcast. It was so bad. Because I didn't know how to write jokes.
Yeah.
But at the time, I knew that Arnold was in the news for... it was back when he had the nanny scandal.
Yeah.
He, like, banged a nanny.
Yeah.
Behind Maria's back, and he had a kid, right? And so I was like, there's no way you don't notice that kid, because, like, the nanny's still cleaning the house, and, the nanny's like, please come clean the... And then I just had, like, this bit where the kid's like, I lift the couch for you with one hand, Mom. And, like, he's still got Arnold's accent for some reason. And it's like, do you want me to help anymore? Do you want me to, like...
That's kind of funny. I think that's funny.
It was bad. It was hacky. It's hacky.
Yeah. An Arnold Schwarzenegger impression is automatically going to be like, people are just going to be like,
and that's the reason why it's
turned off by
hacky, is like, please don't do another. I can't handle. It's like
everyone has
like,
an Arnold.
It's what today is like. If you go to a show and all of a sudden people doing Trump.
Yeah.
It's like
a lot of people do Trump and it's just the worst.
It's pretty bad. All right, so you do all the theater. Let's get back to your story here. This is the most off the rails interview I've ever done.
I think it's going to be the best one you've ever done.
Well, that's very arrogant. Have you ever been to a bar underage?
Oh yeah.
I'll just leave that there. So you do all the theater. I remember teaching you choreography for Footloose when you were in high school.
Yes.
You were the star of like all 4 years of your high school.
Did a lot of shows.
As the lead, like they'd like pick shows for you. Except for like Pirates of Penzance, that was...
Pirates of Penzance, yeah, that was
a little rough.
That was my freshman year. Remember I did The Importance of Being Earnest in Pirates of Penzance. Oh my god!
See, like I have your shit memorized, dude. You remember dates. I remember everyone's shows.
Yeah.
I just don't remember when they were.
Yeah. That's interesting.
But you were like the star of the magnet school for theater arts.
I mean, you could say that, but I mean, it was just the same. That magnet school, as far as theater goes, was just the same as every other.
That's not true. I only got the opportunity to do Up the Down Staircase freshman year.
At James Whitcomb Riley?
Yeah, Whitcomb. You pronounced it right. Good for you.
Is that how he says it? Whitcomb. I'd say Whitcomb.
The side street next to my mom's house was Whitcomb.
That's interesting. There's a place, everyone in...
Whitcomb.
Sean
there's Puffy Whitcombs.
There's like Norfolk, Virginia, and I always feel bad when I say Norfolk. Norfolk.
I didn't even need to curse, but
Norfolk, but it's
you got tricked into cursing. It's not fair.
Yeah, I did.
I don't like the ruse.
I don't like being tricked.
I don't like it.
Dishonesty, biggest turn
mental. Mental grenade. So my point is, you're being very humble, but you were the star all 4 years of that shit. They picked shows for you.
Yeah,
It's a true story.
I remember sometimes, I guess I can say this. I don't know if I can say this, but
Yes, you
sometimes
can.
they would
Just say
ask
it.
me. They would be like, "Hey, what do you want to do next year?" And I'd be like, "Oh, I don't know. Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat."
Okay, so let's talk about this because
drowsy
this is
chaperone.
a story. I remember you played Stanley Kowalski. Now, this is a story I don't know if you remember. It
don't.
was my freshman year of college, and Streetcar Named Desire is my favorite play of all time. Mm-hmm. Marlon Brando played that role masterfully. Mm-hmm. And the first scene I got handed was the kitchen scene, a bunch of queens, who do you think you are, a bunch of queens or whatever. The Huey, whatever, that scene, right? So it gets handed to me.
Queen of the Nile.
Yeah. And at the time, that material was so important to me that I wasn't ready to work on it. Mm-hmm. And this acting teacher was like, handed it to me.
Yeah.
I did terribly because I wasn't ready for that material. It's such difficult material. Mm-hmm. It scarred me. Mm-hmm. Not only did his teaching style and his critique of me hurt, but it didn't matter what he said because everything that I knew how poorly I did, and I did my best. Mm-hmm. But it's not that I couldn't connect to the material, it's that a baby wants to walk. Mm-hmm. A baby wants to walk as good as everybody else. It just can't.
Yeah.
I was on baby legs, and you're telling me to do a
box jump.
A box jump. Great, good, yes, that. It scarred me for a long time to the point that I still haven't played the role. I'm still intimidated of the role because I felt such like an ass whooping.
Yeah.
So you did the entire play. I did one scene in a shitty acting class in Indiana. Mm-hmm. What did it live up to your expectations playing that role, or was that like because you were so young to play that role?
I mean, I was. You
were in high school playing doing a play about rape.
Yeah, and I was like 17 years old, so I don't really know if I had. I feel like I just probably went up there and did like a Marlon Brando impression, probably. I don't really remember what it was, but
I remember that's when the first time you ever really started trying to beef up for a role. You were like working out nonstop.
Oh yeah, I remember I brought my weights from home, my 20-pound weights, and I would lift them backstage.
Yeah, I remember you were doing that, and I remember we talked a lot about it because it was. I don't think I had expressed to you what had happened to me, but that had already happened to me.
Right.
This ass whooping I took, and so I think I was trying to like prevent you from getting your ass kicked by it. Do you think? Did it like kick your ass at all, or did you just like go through the rep and it was like, well, I did that?
I think I did a lot. I think I did something that I think a lot of young 17-year-old actors would do with a role like that, which is I channeled a lot of aggression into it. I was very aggressive. I think I was a little dangerous. I don't think our fights were choreographed that cleanly at all. I think that I idolized that performance in that movie, and so I probably just sort of did some weird bastardized version of that.
An impression of it almost.
Yeah, an impression of it.
Interesting.
I feel like if I saw, if I saw it now, I'd be like, oh, there's a kid doing Stanley Kowalski. That's exactly what you'd think it would be, which is not it, but
you sound like you have
interesting.
such a healthy view of your work.
Oh, well, thanks. Thank you. I mean, I have a lot of distance from that, so I mean, I can look. That was 7 years ago, so I can kind of look back in that.
I still look back on things 15 years from now, and I'm like, people saw me do that.
Yeah,
that was it.
Oh, dude. Well, you just after a while, you just mess up so many times in front of people. You just stop fearing failure.
No, you just stop fearing. I have not stopped fearing failure. I feel a need to be as good as I know I can be at all times. Mm-hmm. Every single time. Mm-hmm. And it may sound like I'm like, well, you're doing it wrong. You're not. I think you're doing it the right way. You're just like, you're doing your best in the moment and letting it go. Mm-hmm. I, up until a performance, work myself ragged.
Yeah.
I do the performance. I put literally everything that's in me on the table.
Mm-hmm.
And then afterwards, it takes me a couple weeks to like let it all go, and then I develop a judgment of it, and that judgment is what it always stays as. Where like okay, I did The Rainmaker last year.
Oh, no way.
Yeah,
I did 110 in the Shade, which is the musical version of that.
Okay, so I played Jim.
Jim, the young one.
Yeah,
the young one.
Yeah, the young whippersnapper.
Oh, no way. I would have loved to see that. I think that show's amazing.
So it was the first play I ever saw, actually.
The Rainmaker?
Yeah. I fell asleep in the first act because it was such a bad version.
Right.
At the school I wound up dropping out of.
Right.
So that should have been the first warning.
Right.
That it's not such a good program.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was my first play I saw. And then, so I didn't want to do it, but I went and read the material, and I think it was perfect for me to do because...
Yeah, I think that's a great part for you.
It was... It was like my opportunity to do a couple of things and like move on and go to a next phase. And I'll explain what I mean. I've been obsessed with James Dean forever.
Mm-hmm.
There's like two actors that have really made me want to do it and do it well, and it's Pacino and James Dean.
Mm-hmm.
I was obsessed with him. I know why. It's because we're the same height. We're both from Indiana. We're both from a farm.
Mm-hmm.
We both have the same color eyes and same build and same hair, and he's revered. He's still infamous as an actor, as a movie star.
Mm-hmm.
And so I obsessed over him because I wanted to do what he did. I wanted to be as good as he was. I still to this day, regardless of him and Pacino being in the actor's studio, I still want to be a member of the actor's studio.
Mm-hmm.
But so doing The Rainmaker, it was my opportunity to sort of put all of that into one basket and like ship it off to sea, like get it out of there. Because and also the other thing is, I brought up my pops earlier. It was a way for me to sort of like embody that whole era of my life of living on a farm. Because so The Rainmaker is about these folks who own a farm, and it's during a great drought. And this man comes to town, this charlatan, this snake oil salesman, saying, "I can make it rain. Make it rain.
Make it rain."
And so, it was about these farm folk, and that's what I grew up as, and it was sort of my way of like expressing that, because that's all we're really trying to do as actors, is like express who we are to the audience as truthfully as possible. And when we get a character that's a little bit different than us, we're still letting certain parts of our personality come out, right?
Yeah.
So like, let's say it's you and you're playing like a trumpet player from New Orleans in 1922. I just said everything as opposite as I can think of from the Ben that I know. You would still find a way to express something honestly about you.
Totally. I think so.
Yeah, so I mean that's what that was. I don't know why I brought all that up. Anyway,
that's interesting.
Let's move into where are we at? All right, let's talk about it. So summer of 2008, you said it was like the most important summer. What do you mean by that?
It's one of my favorite summers. I was 14. I was in a cast with a bunch of late teens, early 20s people. So I was with the cool kids, and I got to hang out with the cool kids all the time and go to cool kids. Oh, that's funny. We can't even talk about that. That's so funny.
Was I one of the cool kids?
Yes, Steve, you're one of the cool kids.
I was Chino. I talk about this all the time. It's so inappropriate that I was cast as Chino.
It wouldn't fly these days. You couldn't do it.
It shouldn't have flown those days.
No, but we were in South Bend. It was 2008. Things were different. The Carter had just dropped. The Carter 3. The Carter 3.
Wow, that's a really good memory. I tanned in the self-tanning, or not self-tanning, in the tanning booth.
Of course
Indiana.
you did. You had to.
A
You
lot.
had to.
Not only that, I caked
bronzer, yeah.
the bronzer on top of that, and I still looked just
You and Jordan
white as hell.
Mullins, who's
well, at least he's
playing
got
Bernardo.
olive skin and brown hair naturally.
Yeah, what is he, like Italian or something?
uh,
Sicilian, something like that?
I think he's made,
something like
made
that.
from Christopher Walken's blood.
Yeah.
I think so. Something. I don't know what he is. Actually, I'll have to ask
I
him.
feel like that's that Dennis Hopper thing from True Romance. You know
What
what I'm
is?
talking about? The Sicilian.
Oh, when he's like
Someone fucked an eggplant.
or whatever.
That's hilarious. No, that summer was the best because I got to hang out with the older kids, the cool kids, got to go to all their parties and all their cool things.
Oh my God! You just brought back memories
Oh,
that
there
I
it is.
will not talk about.
Yeah, I bet.
No, go ahead. Yeah, eat another protein bar. Between the peeing and the protein bars with you.
Am I the worst guest you've ever
It
had?
might be the longest, weirdest interview I've ever done.
Well, there you go. There you go.
Why don't you get it right next to the mic while you pull that off?
Are you recording this?
Yeah, I'm recording it. It's part of the interview.
All right.
You were like, hey,
on.
I have 2 hours to do your 2.5 hour show, and then you want to pee through the entire thing and eat protein bars. It's a bunch of bullshit.
A bunch of bullshit. Okay. It's unwrapped.
So because we're having such intellectual discussion here, let's talk about, we didn't get to talk about this the other night at dinner.
Oh boy.
I want to talk about Elon Musk a little bit.
Okay. I know very little, but I did watch that
brought
interview.
It up. Oh,
Yeah.
you did? Okay, was that your first, introduction to his thought processes and who he is as a person?
I knew who he was. I knew Tesla. I knew of his many ideas. I heard about his submarine thing for the kids who got trapped in the Thailand cave. Mm-hmm. I knew about his idea for LA, creating the sleds that lower down and you can kind of cut through traffic that way.
Well,
so I knew that.
Okay, yeah, that's a lot. You know a lot about him. Yeah, I mean, to me, I know he gets a lot of flack and a lot of critique, and I talked about this in an intro. I think last episode. People are probably tired of me talking about it, but I don't know. He's I don't know. He's it's very inspiring because to me it's it's somebody that just doesn't care about what society wants him to do. He's like, I want to do all this stuff and I'm just going to do it. Mm-hmm. He's like a ask forgiveness, not permission kind of person. Mm-hmm. And I respect that because I know that's a lot of what I'm not. I'm always very considerate of what are people going to think.
Right.
I just did it. People are tired of me talking about it. I critique myself all the time. People are going to think the show's too long. All the time. I care what people think about it. I'm just trying to entertain and please everybody. Where he's like, I don't care. I'm going to make these. I know what's best for you, kind of thing. He's like, you guys need these tunnels under LA. Just do it.
Yeah. You
guys are screwing the planet up. Here's an electric car.
Right.
Knock it off.
Right.
And he's just here's the other thing. He's got he double majored, right? He got a degree in physics and economics. I'm like, okay. And I'm dropped out of a theater degree. It's you know, some people have the brains and he sure does. Okay, so you're eating a Quest bar. I want to stop. You're eating the cookies and cream Quest bar, which is the worst one. Why are you eating that flavor?
I just want it. It's so good. The flavor?
The flavor's garbage.
What are you talking about?
Raspberry vanilla.
What are your favorite
Seinfeld?
Beatles? Why is Seinfeld? You the thing you got signed. There it is.
What's Neil? Protein bars.
This is you got to cut this out. This is that's the most
absolutely
annoying.
That's it.
So having a Seinfeld
We
is
have
like having a
2
short
listeners left.
That's
two
true.
listeners. We're going to narrow it down to 1.
All right, great. Let's find out who the
Here
real
we go.
fan is.
Yeah, let's do it.
There's no real fan in here. I'll tell you that much.
What do you think about what are your
Think about it.
Yeah, sure, got it. I got that. Loud and clear. So, do you have interests outside of acting and stuff? Are you naturally were you good at math in school? Did you like science? Were you curious about
I was okay.
things?
Yeah, I was okay at chemistry. I did pretty good in that. I liked to read when I was younger, and then in high school I kind of stopped reading, and now I'm kind of getting back
it's
on
your
the
job
reading
to
train.
read at this point.
Exactly. Well, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Not only read, but reread and reread and reread and
Right.
break everything down. And
Right. Yeah.
What did that period mean?
Yeah, exactly. So that's...
I wouldn't want to read either. I don't read. Well, I do. We'll get back to that. But
Okay.
Yeah,
Sure.
like, so you were like naturally into like reading and things like that, and then so once you decided your direction. So when did in this whole thing, we've kind of laid out your... We haven't gotten to college yet, but we've gotten through everything. But like, when did you know like this is what you wanted to do?
A very young age. Very young age. I think...
Like before Huckleberry, or like...
I think around then, I was like, I want to be an actor. And I remember saying that at some point in elementary school, just being like, I want to be an actor. That's what I'm going to be. That's what I'm going to be. And I think that gave me a very kind of bad attitude towards learning in middle school and high school, because I think those cocky things, like, if I want to be an actor, I don't need math, you know. But, but everyone needs math. Like, you need to have good math. It makes life a lot easier, you know. Yeah, so, honestly, when did I... Yeah, so I found that at, like, a very young age.
Yeah. It just occurred to me that my brothers didn't want to be actors. And I think because you, at such a young age, were serious and wanted to be an actor the way that I did and do, I think that's probably why I took a shine to you, because you were, like, the little brother that was, like, sort of... kind of, this sounds so mean towards them. It's not what I don't mean to be mean to them, but I just mean it as a compliment to you. You were like the little brother that wanted to do what I wanted to do.
Right, yeah.
But I was always like the black sheep of my siblings, like the weirdo and the only artist of the family, seriously.
Yeah.
You know, it was just weird.
Yeah.
So, what do you think, like, what's just yours? Like, what's something that you love, but doesn't quite strike with other friends, and you kind of just, like... Do you just watch, like, serial killer documentaries by yourself? Like, what's your thing?
There's an album called Talking with the Taxman about poetry by Billy Bragg. It's one of my top 5 favorite albums. I love that album. What do you love about it? It hit me at a perfect time. I was in New Orleans for the summer. I'd just gone through a breakup, and I listened to this album, and it just spoke everything to me. He sort of just sounds like a drunken... pub singer, and he plays the electric guitar. His guitar's sick, and his voice is kind of like this braying, like bloodhound kind of quality. Like he's, and he just sounds like like a drunken British man. But I don't know, the music just really spoke to me, and the album is just great. And my best friend and roommate Chris Collins-Pisano, he's into it, but not many other people are.
Shout out to what's his name? Chris
Collins-Pisano. Chris Collins-Pisano.
I'm not going to even try. Collins-Pisano.
Collins-Pisano, yes.
Nice, good name.
Heck yeah.
So, you've always had, like, a love of music, and, like, this is a weird thing to bring up, but, like, you did a mixtape.
Oh, yeah. I can't talk about where that is, or how to find it, or what the name of it is, because I don't want people to listen to it.
You don't want people to... Okay, that's fine.
That's a very private thing. Me and my friends listen to it a lot.
I'll put it in the outro.
Yeah. For the rest of the time you do this podcast.
No, I'm just going to actually play the whole mixtape in the outro. I'll be like, thank you for listening. Here's Ben Bigger's mixtape. But you were really good in it. Like, you had, like, a talent for that. Obviously, you sing in musicals and things like that. Is that something you're going to go back to? Yeah, totally.
I like rapping. I like writing. At some point, when I'm back in the city, I have plans to meet up with some people and that I did some stuff with in college, and try and make a little tape. Why not?
Yeah. Are you musically inclined? Like, obviously you're a great singer. I know you're like, you're going to be hard on yourself and be like, nah, I'm not a great, but you are. You're a great singer. Do you play any instruments to go along with it?
No instruments. I'm not great at reading music. I can kind of read music, but not great.
How do you learn harmonies then?
Listening, have them played out for me, and then just like listening back to them and memorizing.
How many times does it take you to like listen back and memorize?
It depends. I can learn something and know it, and still right before I go on or something, I just kind of have to hear it one more time,
right?
Just to have it fresh in my mind.
Yeah. Harmonies is the hardest part for me because I have a tendency to know my part, and I could be like, okay, got it. I hear the pitch, and then you start singing next to me, and if you're a higher part, I just rise up to your pitch.
Yeah.
If I'm supposed to be right here, and you're like, I'm supposed to be right here, I'll go, I'll go right where you are.
Right.
I can't shut my ears off and not try to hit the pitch of whoever is there. I think it was because I was so scared doing musicals before I had any training that I would just be like, and just don't sound like you don't belong.
Yeah, totally. I know what you mean. Sometimes I'm up there and I'm like, don't notice that I'm not supposed to be here. I'm tricking you all.
But you have been the lead in musicals and paid money for it.
Yeah, I paid a lot of money for that stuff.
I mean, you paid money. Let's go to college. Let's go to college.
Let's go to college.
So
let's end this interview and just go to college.
You graduate Clay High School, yes, because I would like to get my degree.
Ivy
graduate
Tech.
Clay. Please no. You graduate Clay High School, and where do you end up going to college?
I ended up going to the University of Cincinnati College Conservatory of Music, which is the full name. I usually just say University of Cincinnati, and then people don't. They're like, "Oh, okay, that's weird."
That sounds lame.
Yeah.
Right. And then you go, no, the conservatory.
The conservatory within the. So yeah, that's where I went for musical theater. It was a fantastic experience. I got to do a lot of cool shows. I got to meet people that I'll know for the rest of my life.
Now, is this true that that's one of the top 5 musical theater schools in the country?
Top 3.
Wow, is it really?
Yeah, it's 3rd.
Wow.
According to these dumb lists that go out every year, which is like, where is Broadway most represented based on the school? You know? Or schools represented via Broadway.
Are you currently employed by a touring Broadway show?
I'm yes, a Broadway national tour.
Oh, then shut the fuck up.
Not on Broadway, though.
But you're touring with it. They know what it means. Now, is this true as well? Did you star in most of your college shows?
Yeah, I played. Yes. I wasn't the star for, like the lead of a show until the 2 shows my senior year. We did Carousel and American Idiot, and I played the lead guys in both of those shows.
Right.
But then everything else, up until then, I was always supporting character, which is awesome. Great deal. Did Andre Ross and Les Mis.
But many college students that go into this, they'll go to their theater school, and the first couple of years they're playing trees.
Mm-hmm. Well,
and my spear holders and
my first semester, I was in Little Shop of Horrors and I played the puppet.
You played the no. Hold on.
Yeah.
Don't say you played the puppet. You played Audrey too.
No, I didn't. I played the puppet. I was in the puppet. It was me and this other guy, and there were 3 puppets, and the tracks were, the first track played the handheld puppet in the beginning of Act 1, and
before
then played
it grows,
and then played the big puppet in Act 2, which basically is operated by your whole upper body, both arms are engaged. Whereas the other
traps, I love it.
Yes, working the traps. Whereas the other track played the medium-sized Audrey 2 in Act 1,
right?
Which was another puppet that enveloped your whole body, but it was your arms were moving the jaw separately.
Yeah, moving the mandible.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's
hey, was that
start.
really, really uninteresting to listen to?
That was really bad. Let's step it up a notch. Need it to be more interesting.
I think it's interesting.
If it ends with the word mandible, not funny, not interesting.
Not funny.
Not good for views.
I didn't know I had to be funny.
I'll do the funny. You just.
I'm just gonna
be
me.
Say mandible again.
Yeah. Okay. Mandible. So the mandible.
Handable the mandible. Okay, but so so you go to the 3rd best musical theater college in the country.
Yes.
I imagine you got it. Yes, I did. Did that? Yep. Guilty.
Yeah. According to some dumb list, that doesn't mean anything.
It does. Okay. I'm gonna. This whole podcast is to prove that yes, it does.
It's a dumb list.
You take. So you're there. You're doing your thing. Obviously, they teach you things. Mm-hmm. You're learning. You're growing.
Mm-hmm.
But you came in there with enough talent to, by your sophomore year, correct me if I'm wrong, by your sophomore year, just sort of be like, I am cemented in this program and I will be playing the great roles for the next 3 years. Is that wrong?
Maybe. I mean, there were a lot of... There were just a lot of talented people.
Are you giving a political answer because you don't want to offend people you went to school with?
No, I'm being honest.
Lies.
I'm being honest.
You said you didn't like dishonesty, and you're just giving me dishonesty.
I'm being honest. I'm being honest.
Okay.
Yes.
I won't press this any harder, but here's what I gather. From the list of credits that you gave me, based upon the fact that you're going to such a competitive school to even get into, based upon the fact that I've known you since you're 12 years old, it appears to me from the outside perspective that you went there, did extremely well, and came out ready to work.
Thank you, man. I do believe that I came out ready to work for sure.
That's all I'm getting out of you. Okay. So
was New York ready for me to work? Not exactly.
Well, oh, fuck you, man. Okay, so here's what I'm going to say to you. You graduate college in what year?
2016.
2016. When's your first professional job? 2016.
No. Oh, well, I mean, yeah.
Is that when you went to St. Louis to that
Yes,
theater?
yes.
That was right when you got out of college.
Yeah.
Right?
But I got that during college.
So this makes your argument even worse. You need to understand this is not normal for actors to just come out of school and have a job waiting like, Ben, please come to our show.
Working at the Municipal Theater of St. Louis was an amazing experience.
Oh, got it.
Putting up a show in 3 weeks. It's fast-paced. You can't get too precious about anything. You just fucking do it. That was what was so
Band-Aid
cool.
off.
Rip the Band-Aid off. So it was a really neat experience working.
So you do that, and then you did you move to New York right when you graduate?
I moved to New York April 4th, 2016.
Gosh, you're like Rain Man with these dates. So I saw you. The last time I saw you we were in New York. Do you feel so? You were there for a summer program, right?
Yeah. The end of my freshman year, yeah. I did a 6-week program at the Atlantic Theater.
So do you feel like that helped you when you moved to New York to be like, I kind of know New York?
It did. It definitely did, having an idea of it. I will say that when I was at the Atlantic, I thought New York was a magical place where everything just, because you're just spending 6 weeks somewhere, and at the end of it, you go back home, and then you go back to college. And then moving to New York, I was like, oh, this place comes with a lot of stress, because you're in it, and you're not going anywhere. You're just living there. So it was interesting.
And I don't want to put you on the spot here, but we have had discussions while you were in college. I had been like grinding it professionally, and I was like trying to express how hard it was. And it's like, and this isn't an insult towards you, but like, it makes me feel better to hear that you saying this, even though you are a sought after sort of actor in a way, and I'll come back to that definition in a second. But like to hear you like it's not easy for anybody, even somebody as talented as you are, even somebody as well trained and hardworking as you are. This is not easy. What we're doing, it's thankless in a lot of ways. Because people are going to be like, it's not thankless. People love actors. No, they love stars. They don't love actors. They don't love the actor that's going on, like you are right now, at the Pantages to, like, do your job.
Right.
They're not even looking you up in the playbill and then you go home or whatever. You know? But you're out there busting your ass, giving your all. Thank God you're getting paid, right? But I consider you a New York actor at this point. Like, you trained in Cincinnati. You're from Indiana, which is all that's very Midwest. I know you don't consider yourself a New Yorker, but at the same time, like, you are following the path of being a New York actor. What do you, and you know a bit about my story, what do you think, what do you see as being a New York actor as opposed to being an LA actor? And you're not going to offend me because I don't consider myself an LA actor.
Well, I don't know. I don't know how to answer that. I don't know if I have a clear definition of what an LA actor is. I just don't know enough.
To me, an LA
actors.
actor is very lazy. They don't care about craft. They don't care about the theater. They only care about trying to get on TV as much as possible, whether it's in a crappy commercial or being on a really crappy sitcom or whatever. They just want to be famous.
Yeah.
I don't like fame. I do put myself out there a lot, but that's only because I want to get a job.
Right.
I just want to work.
Right.
That's all I really care about. Is just like doing the work. And even with like social media, I try to make it as creative as possible for myself.
Yeah.
So that I feel like I'm not just whoring myself as like, look how pretty I am kind of thing, so that I can get a job by being pretty or whatever the hell that is. I try to be creative and or funny.
Right.
Like, to me, being a comedian was my first love. I just wanted to be funny. So there's that. But, like, to me, like, the LA community, there's some really strong, hardworking, great actors here. But I'm talking about for the most part. So if you're an LA actor and you're offended, it's probably because you're not really an LA actor. So my point is, I always looked at New York actors, and all the actors I love were New York actors. Even James Dean got into the actor studio while in New York on Broadway. Pacino, Walken, De Niro, like all the guys we love, Brando, they all come out of New York.
Kevin Spacey.
Oh, no. Oh, boy.
I'm so sorry.
Kevin Spacey.
Oh,
What?
me.
You know what? Like,
so
his best next move is doing a horror movie, so that somebody
Yeah.
can say his name just like we did. Like, he's got to be like the and playing the monster, Kevin Spacey.
I think that's the
Followed by
only
the screen,
acceptable way for him to be in a movie ever again.
Right, but he definitely has to get stabbed in the dick.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
at
he has
the
to
end.
get stabbed in the dick. He has to be a monster.
Yeah.
Like a true monster.
Yeah,
Not like
That
a
gets-
good character like
No.
in Seven, but like a creepy...
yeah. And they need to let like
He needs to be humiliated.
It needs to be like, what if instead of just like shaming people out of working ever again?
Yeah.
Which, you know, I'm not commenting on. I'm just saying that is what's happening. What if instead of them not working again, we make them do a horror movie with the person that they hurt? So like Anthony Rapp is the one that gets to stab Kevin
Stab him
Spacey
in the dick. And then, like, you know, he gets, like, boiling water thrown on his face. We just get to see Kevin's... You know.
Make him say, like, Anthony Rapp, you can come up with 3 sentences that you will make Kevin Spacey say at the end of the movie
Yeah.
before we drop him in a vat of acid.
That'd be great. I would watch that.
Yeah. We all would. It would be like the #1 movie for 13 weeks straight.
Yeah,
It'd
I'm
make
with
a
that.
killing.
I'm with the...
Well, there you go, people. So next time somebody does something screwed up,
Just humiliate them.
humiliate them on a feature film that goes out to all movie theaters in the country.
That'd be great.
I've done a few of those movies, actually. Not because I did anything wrong, just being stupid.
It's karmatically wrong.
Yeah.
Is that a word
So what is your favorite role so far?
that I've played?
Yeah.
You know, the role that I sometimes get to play in Beautiful Jerry Goffin is an amazing role. It is amazing.
Okay. Well, let's pin that. I'm gonna write down Jerry.
It's an amazing.
Favorite role you haven't played?
Biff. I want to play Biff when I get older.
Same.
And
I want to play Biff now
there
because I
must-
am older.
There must be another one, but it's not coming to me. Biff sounds good.
Biff would be great. I do want to play Stanley. You've already gotten that chance. Would you do it again? Would you want to do it again?
Yeah, but I just need to be. I'd love to do it. At
You know
some
what's
point.
funny is he's written for my age. I don't look right yet.
Yeah.
I need like 10 more years of like, you know, people. It was written for people who are my age, but science has changed human beings so much that we're not gonna look like we're, you know. And Stanley's like he was in the war, right? I think he's in the Navy or something. Or
I'm trying to remember.
On
I
the
don't
Army.
remember.
One or the other. He
Somebody's
was
a Capricorn.
He had gone through a war, and then he was also like a mechanic or something, and
Yeah.
he was like a heavy drinker, so he just looked like shit.
Yeah.
So until I look like shit, I can't play that role.
Yeah, Marlon Brando really looked like shit.
Well, he ate a lot of ice cream.
At the end.
That
But
movie was
Prime
just him
Brando, what a
sucking it
sweet
in the whole
piece.
time. That's
Yeah,
why he
that's
was so
true.
angry.
He was sucking in. He definitely was sucking in, but man, looks good.
Handsome fella.
Handsome fella.
How could you let that go? It'd be
Hamlet.
like you letting it go.
Hamlet, too, would be another role I'd love to play.
That's a good one.
Denmark. Oh, yeah, it's a good one.
Is that the #1 Shakespeare role you like to play?
No, I want to play Cassio in Othello. He's not
Not
Iago.
Iago?
No.
Why don't we
Cassio.
pitch? I'll do Iago. Iago's one of my
Do it.
probably in my top 3 favorites.
We're
you
in.
play Cassio. I play Iago,
Yeah, let's do it.
and my buddy Michael B. Jordan will step in.
Okay.
He'll be a
Good friend.
Yeah, good. I'll give him a call.
We'll get Barney to play
I'll call him right now. Say I won't. Say I won't. You remember when
You
that was a
won't.
thing? Say I won't.
You won't. That's what my friend Zach still says that to me all the time. He's like, you won't.
So stupid.
I love it.
What are your favorite? Give me like 3 or 4 or 5 of your favorite plays of all time.
Oh,
You can do musicals as well, because I'm not going to
boy.
ask you about musicals.
Oh boy, musicals as well.
Yeah, because I'm not going to. I don't want to. We're running out of
I
time
love
here.
Les Mis. I love plays.
That should be the name of your memoir.
Plays. Trying to think.
This is the worst episode
American
I've ever
Buffalo.
done. Okay.
We're just like,
Oh boy.
no,
it's just high pitched laughter and ums.
I think this is gonna be good. I think this is gonna
That's
be
the
your
name
best
of this episode.
I really
It actually
do
has
believe
the
it.
title.
I
Earn
do
one.
believe it.
You're sweating? You getting hot?
Yeah,
Can't
I'm
have the
sweating.
air conditioner on. It's 'cause
I know.
of the sound.
I love American Buffalo and I love Les Mis. And that's it.
That's it. That's all you care about. And Othello.
That's it.
Favorite movies? Give me 5.
Oh, brother,
5.
where art thou?
Great. I am a man.
Hand of
We don't have the rights. We don't have the right-
sorrow.
I'm getting sued.
There you go. You're done.
I'm getting sued. That's how my
Favorite
life
movies. It changes all the time. Let me tell you some good movies I've seen recently. What, can I just do that?
Yeah.
That's gonna be easier.
Sure.
Okay, I saw The Nun.
Dude, I've already critiqued that on this podcast.
Did you really?
Yeah, I didn't care for it.
Here's the thing.
I
Nun,
love James Wan.
not scary. Not scary at
all.
all. But the sets were beautiful.
Oh yeah, I would have loved to
The sets were
have gotten to mess around with
gorgeous.
that.
The
I won't
Abbey,
get into why that movie was problematic, but yeah, the Abbey by itself was worth
the
like.
graveyard.
I don't know if they really shot in Romania, but oh my
It was
god,
such a
that
cool
set
setting.
was amazing.
Yeah,
Like,
I agree.
that's what made it much more of a disappointment. Was like you had all the tools.
Yeah, it was there. It was
To
all
like
there.
kill it.
But just the scares, they were just so obvious. It was like
Jump scare, jump scare,
Jump
jump
scare.
scare. Whereas if you watch I am shitting on this movie like in 3 podcasts. I'm never getting hired by New Line Cinema.
Oh yeah,
James Wan's gonna hate me.
Oh yeah, we can't do this at all. We can't critique a film.
Yes, we can.
Okay.
You can critique a film. Here's what I have to say, is that, and the director of that film, I wish I had the name on my mind right now, but there's no way that director says, well, I'm a better director than James Wan.
Right.
They know they're going against the Picasso of the horror film these days, or whatever you
correct.
want to compare him to. He is the leader of the horror film. As much as I love Eli Roth, even Eli would have to be like, no, yeah, he's leading the pack.
Yeah.
So we're comparing this person's effort to that. Also, this sounds so mean, but James Wan did have the better cast to work with, right? You've got newer actors that are getting their opportunity to step up and take a swing at the bat. It was just a lot of newer people handling material we're used to seeing done by the A squad. I wish James Wan would have directed that one because it would have gone back. Because James Wan is not scared to slow play you. He won't do a jump scare.
He'll build a lot
He'll do
of tension.
a little bit of music, but he'll let the camera.
Yeah. Yeah, he's
freak you out.
incredible. He's incredible.
The best.
Yeah.
I'm actually excited to see him do.
Do you know we
Aquaman.
actually saw Insidious together?
I do. I was going to tell it. That's exactly where I was going. So the first time I had seen a James Wan film, outside of Saw, I didn't know that James Wan did Saw because I saw Saw, I saw Saw, and then it was okay, that's Saw. But when I saw Insidious, we went at we walked in at 5 p.m. Came out at 7:30 p.m. When we went in, it was daylight. When we came out, it was dark. I remember that. I remember this happened 2 times. Let me just write a note down so I remember to go back. This happened 2 times that this happened, but we went into a theater and there were nobody was in Showplay 16. So it was you and me sitting watching Insidious together with 3 people maybe, and we stayed all the way to the end of the credits when they had that awful scary piano violins thing off. They were all out of tune and it was just. And so we just walked out almost silently, scared to even talk about what we just went through.
Yeah.
Because it was so
That movie
psychologically
freaked me out.
scary.
It was so artistic. The sequence at the end of that movie where they go through the haunted house. It's literally a haunted house.
Yeah, exactly.
It is so... It just blew my mind.
Yeah.
I thought it was so cool and so scary in a deep way that kind of goes in through your chest. You're just
Right.
oh boy, I'm freaked out.
I talked about that all the time. I went home from that movie, told all of my family about it, what I had just been through, and dragged all of them, and none of them like horror films, but I said, you're going to see this movie. We all saw it. I sat a row behind them so I could watch their reactions.
Yeah.
Just because it was and they were like, it was okay.
Yeah,
what?
Some people are not wowed by the movie at all.
I was just floored by it. I was like,
Yeah.
what are you not seeing that I'm seeing?
Right.
How do I train your eye to see how fucking crazy.
How creepy it is. That was the first of that,
artistically creepy. That's what makes it scarier
Yes.
to me. Is it's like an artistic choice to be that scary.
Yeah, and that was the
Ugh.
first like James Wan style where the ghosts were like people who would just walk into the room.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
God.
Who was just like a person literally standing
You're
behind
talking about,
you.
are you talking? Yeah, the one
with
that
the
messed me
baby?
up.
And the guy
Oh.
comes out from behind the
one that was on the
shades.
balcony, right? He walked back
Yes!
and forth.
Oh, yes!
And then he comes through the shades, and you're just like, you're not ready for that. Because it's like,
blew my mind.
they're messing with two things. They're messing with your fear of ghosts, they're messing with your fear of monsters, but they're also messing with your fear of home invasion.
Yeah.
So it was like a twofer. That
someone
was
who can just
like,
walk through your walls.
Oh my God, that's a nightmare. They literally showed you nightmares that I've had over and over again.
Yeah.
Of like, that's my go-to nightmare for my subconscious. Is
Yeah.
like, your home's being broken into, you ready to defend it?
Yeah, right.
I watched Home Alone a lot as a kid.
Right.
It probably really did psychological damage.
Well, there you go.
know, it pays off. I have like 15 minutes, so I'm going to run through these. Top 5 favorite actors.
Oh man. Okay. I can do this. There's so many good actors, dude. I'm just gonna go with my gut.
Stephen Anthony Bailey.
Stephen Anthony Bailey.
Yes.
Let me think. I
They don't have to be
love,
famous, by the way.
Okay. They're probably all going to be famous. Just because I look up... Okay, Leo. Just because...
Leo who?
Leo Davidson.
Got it.
He was in my math class.
I'll look him up. IMDb? Does he have an IMDb?
Yeah.
I literally
he was
wrote
in
down
Fresh
Leo,
Fruit
like
Pie.
I committed to it. Yeah. Oh God! Oh my God! Oh! Look up Fresh Fruit Pie.
Okay,
Is it on
and that's
YouTube?
it. That's
Is
it.
it on YouTube?
Yeah, I don't
Ben
know.
Biggers is in
The
Fresh Fruit
trailer's
Pie.
on YouTube.
Okay, great. I'll see it.
Leo, just for the commitment. Just the way he commits is just
Yeah.
like unlike anybody else.
Totally.
Unlike anybody else. Joel Edgerton.
Yeah.
He is the
you like
real.
Warrior?
Oh, dude, Warrior, and Tom Hardy's up there too, man.
Yeah.
They're
Tom Hardy's
both.
a beast.
Wow, that movie's incredible.
Tom Hardy's
the acting
the bane
in
of
that.
my existence.
Oh, really?
Too much? Is it too much?
Wow, very, very
I'll
good.
cut that out. We're gonna edit
No,
that
keep
joke
that
out.
in.
Nah.
That's the real
I
stuff.
don't wanna.
I
get to
love
make the choices
Adam
here.
Driver.
Yeah, Adam Driver from our hometown.
Such an inspiration.
They say Mishawaka, but I like to be like Mishawaka and South Bend is the same.
That's what I say. I'm like,
down the road.
it's not even down the road. It's you take a right and you're in Mishawaka.
Yeah.
There's no separation.
If you go
Just
right
down
off
Dragoon.
of Main Street, literally.
Main Street.
Hi, I went down Main Street and took a right, Mishawaka.
Yeah, you're in Mishawaka.
Yeah, he's great.
He's incredible. What is that? 3? I'm trying to think. There's so many that I'm not going to name.
Pacino or De Niro?
Phoenix. Phoenix.
Phoenix, River Phoenix and Joaquin Phoenix.
If I have to,
Joaquin Phoenix.
if I have to choose,
Pacino or De Niro.
that's so tough.
Come on, no, it's not.
Yes, it is. You wanted me to say Pacino.
Steven's unpopular
but
opinions. Robert De Niro's overrated.
I understand what you're saying, but when he's on, he's so.
I know you made this
on.
argument the other day, and I agree with it.
In Taxi Driver,
He's
King
the
of
greatest.
Comedy,
He's the greatest.
Raging Bull, he's the
amazing.
greatest.
Yeah.
Godfather
But that's
Part
the same
2.
thing. They can go toe to toe. Yeah, Godfather 1 with Michael, Scarface.
When he plays Capote, or Al Capone, sorry, Capote. That was Toby Jones or Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yeah.
Al Capone.
Oh, good. I'm glad you had to really lay your dick on the line.
Yeah.
Like, I know both Capotes.
I
by
know
the by.
both Capotes to make up for the fact that I just said he played.
He played
Capote.
Capote.
Al Capone.
Yeah.
I want him dead. I want him
That
dead.
baseball scene, the baseball bat scene.
Baseball bat
Good
scene.
golly.
He's incredible. When he's got the fire cooking, he's great in Silver Linings Playbook. He's
True.
had some late in the career. He's turned it in. Pacino, he's just so classic, though. He's just so classic.
Yeah, he's.
And he's better in Heat than De
And
Niro
he has
is.
a Tony.
Oh, yeah. For what? Did Merchant of Venice or
No. Hold on.
American Buffalo?
No, he won it right before he got Godfather. Hold on, it's gonna come to me. Pavlo.
Oh,
The Training of Pavlo Hummel.
okay. I didn't know that.
Get some.
Training of
Capote.
Pablo Hummel. Capote. Capote. And that's
okay.
Philip Seymour Hoffman, too. Wow.
I have 13 more minutes with you. Let's talk about Batman a little bit. I was obsessed with Batman my entire life. I remember going to Martin's. Mm-hmm. We would do a grocery shopping for my grandmother. She would throw in an extra $2.50 onto because she would write my mom a check.
Yeah.
And she would add another $2.50 to whatever her total was on or whatever to so I could get a comic book. And it was always Batman. Always. I probably learned how to read from reading Batman. And I came in right when Bane was breaking Batman's back.
Oh, okay, so like the 90s.
Yes.
Okay.
That's when I learned to read.
Okay.
Was the 90s.
Cool.
I couldn't read in the
That's
80s.
a good time to read.
In the 80s, I was very illiterate.
Yeah.
It's a very illiterate time for
And
me.
you were just like, it's not for me.
No. So
I
when
got
was
the TV.
13,
I got Thundercats on.
Once I was 13, I was like, let's learn about this reading stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get into it. No, but that's when I came into it, and I collected them, and I like took care of them and read them over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
And then of course, like around that time, like Tim Burton is directing Batman, and it's like the biggest movie
Right.
of all time. It was
Right.
like it was blockbuster, right?
Yeah.
I feel like no one uses that term anymore. Like once the video store died, so did that term.
It's a blockbuster. It's a Hollywood blockbuster. I think summer blockbuster is used. I think
Still?
it's used. Yeah,
Who's
I think
using
it's
that?
still. I think it's in
Channel 16
like
and
literally
something?
every. I think it's literally every website says a summer blockbuster.
Do they? All right.
I
Well,
think so.
I haven't heard it used in a while.
Blockbuster.
Blockbuster. All right. So that's how I got to love Batman.
Love
And I
Batman.
said Michael Keaton's my favorite Batman.
Yeah.
Where did your love for Batman come from?
Oh man, it was early. It was early on. I think
From comics or
seeing-
movies?
No, movies. Definitely movies first.
Mm-hmm.
I watched the Michael Keaton Batman growing up. The first two a lot, and then in 2005, so I was in like 5th grade. Batman Begins came out and changed my life.
Yeah.
You know, that movie just, I was obsessed. And then, you know, The Dark Knight coming out in 2008, I went and saw it with the West Side Story cast. It was like...
Did we all go? Is that
life.
what happened?
I think so. I know that I went with some
So
people.
I went the opening night. I remember going to Showplay 16. I had Joker face paint.
Me too.
And
I did Joker face
Oh
paint.
my God, we did go together, Ben, because I text you. I remember being like, hey, they're not going to let us in. They sent me home. I lived down the block from Showplace, went and washed my face. Did you have to wash your face?
No,
in the
I
bathroom?
went and I watched it with the face paint on.
They let you keep your face paint? Is
Yeah.
that what now I remember. And I remember being pissed because I had to go home and wash my face. Mine was fucking good. I remember sending that. That was like when flip phones could first send pictures. I sent that
Yeah.
picture to everybody.
Oh yeah. I remember my brother on his way to college. It was me and Joe in the car alone together, and he like the trailer just dropped.
Oh,
it was
yeah,
like
that
it was like in
teaser.
August like 2007, and he yes exactly, and he's like, listen, like doesn't that sound crazy? That's Heath Ledger. Can you
Yeah.
imagine it? Crazy.
Yeah, I
Blew my
remember
mind.
when Heath Ledger died, it was like, oh my God, like he's so young, and it felt like, because we all were like rooting for this guy, and we're all so blown away because we were all in the theater, and we all just wanted to be actors, and he was this actor that like was taken way too soon. And I remember it was just like, it was depressing and scary. It
Yeah.
was like, it was almost like, could that happen to us?
Yeah, totally. I know
Like,
what you
does success mean death or something? It was
Yeah.
like this profound young person's thing to go to.
mean. Yeah.
Is Dark Knight your favorite of all the Batman movies?
Batman movies. Let me think. Let me think of my top superhero movies. I think probably Dark Knight is my favorite.
Can you do a better Joker or a better Bane? Because everyone can either do one or the other.
I don't like to do the Joker because I feel like that makes people uncomfortable.
Make people uncomfortable.
If you, I can't do it. I won't.
I would have to
I can
get
do. I can
close
do
to
the
the
Bane.
mic.
I can do the Bane.
Yeah, do
everyone
the
can
Bane.
do the Bane. Everyone can do. Everyone can do the Bane. Everyone can do the Bane.
So I want to. It's not a dance move. It's not a dance move from the
Get on the
50s.
floor and do the Bane. Get loose.
So,
Yeah,
so
see,
here's
now
what I
you
want
wanna
to
do
do.
it.
I
Everyone
want
can
to
do
do a little role playing here. I'm just coming up.
You're not going to ask me my
head.
top 3 superhero movies?
We'll get there. I want. So the Joker in this situation.
Okay.
Is he's working at a gas station behind the counter, and Bane comes in and he's trying to buy snacks and pay for his gasoline.
Okay.
Ding ding. That's the bell for you to come into the door. Okay, so ding 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 ding.
La 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 la.
I can't. What?
Hello. I'd like to purchase some snacks for my trip.
You'd like to purchase what?
Hello, sir. I'd like to purchase some snacks for my trip. Oh, look, a nice Slim Jim here. A bag of
I
burritos.
can't understand what you're saying. You want to know how I got this station?
How? Please tell me.
Well, I applied,
Uh-huh.
and that's the story.
Okay, so you just you applied for a job here, and that's that makes sense. But you say it like it's going to be a cool story, but then it just kind of turns out.
I did it on the internet.
Okay, hang on. Wait. So you applied for a job at a gas station on the internet? Is there a website that you went to? And
I scrolled down until I saw that it said careers.
okay.
I clicked on it.
Yeah.
I provided my information. First name The, last name Joker.
Okay, wait, hang on. Your first the joke is your last name.
That's fun. Thank you.
Yeah, that was nice.
By now, no listeners are still listening, so it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't make them listeners anymore. It just makes them people.
That's true. So you that was so fun. So you love superheroes. Like,
Love superheroes.
Is Batman your favorite thing to focus on, or are you a Marvel guy?
I love these Marvel movies.
Okay, top three. Let's
love
do it. You
these
said
Marvel
you want
movies.
top three. Let's
Okay.
roll them out.
Well, here's my top 3 superhero movies. Top 3 superhero movies are The Dark Knight,
Great.
Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire, the first one.
Okay.
So incredible.
Did you
What
like
an
Andrew Garfield in the
incredible
role?
film. I thought he was amazing.
I thought, to me, he's the best one.
Thought he was
That's
amazing.
my unpopular opinion. I have a lot of unpopular opinions.
I thought he was an amazing Peter Parker. I just think the movies, were they made some interesting choices.
Yeah.
And
That was
then
very nice of you.
And the third one, Hellboy 2: Golden Army.
I've never seen that. Is that great?
Dude, it's so good. It's so good.
What's that actor's name?
Ron Perlman?
Yeah, Ron Perlman is. He's great. Yeah.
he's
All right,
incredible.
I'll take a look at it because it's there's nothing you can do wrong there. We have 5 minutes left. Here we go.
Okay.
I wanted to bring this up when we were talking about Insidious. The other time I remember going to the movies with you that was very weird. We saw a movie that to me is still. I've never laughed more inside of a theater.
I'm so curious.
It is the funniest movie I've ever seen. You and I laughed so hard that we almost needed to leave the theater. It was directed by Clint Eastwood and starred Matt Damon.
Clint Eastwood and starred
What is
Matt
that called? All I can think of is like
Invictus?
Everlast. That's not no.
Invictus?
No, it's he was
We
like
Bought a
a
Zoo?
mind reader kind of thing. He was like a medium.
No, I don't remember this movie at all.
Oh my God, Ben,
Wait, hang
hold
on. Tell me what it is.
Let me find it.
I can't. I feel like excited.
So it was so. It's called Hereafter. Now this.
Oh wait, is that
movie-
the people with the hats?
The hats?
No.
Okay.
No, that was like something
Drama-
incorporated.
This is a drama centered on 3 people who are haunted by mortality in different ways. Matt Damon's a blue-collar American who has a special connection to the afterlife. On the other side of the world, Marie, a French journalist, has a near-death experience that shakes her reality. And when Marcus, played by identical twins, a London schoolboy, loses the person closest to him, he desperately needs answers, each on a path in search of the truth. See, this is terrible. I can't even get through the paragraph, what it's about. Their lives will intersect, forever changed by what they believe might or must exist in the hereafter.
I can barely remember that movie.
I don't remember much about it. I remember that there were like all of a sudden weird action scenes. And I remember that because we were like the only 2 people that went to that 3:00 showing of Hereafter starring Matt Damon, that we were just out loud improvising and like doing a riff track. on
that
the
is
entire movie.
Okay, now I remember it. Now I remember that.
Yeah, we just dogged
Wow.
that movie because it was so bad. Here's what I'd like to
Do
do.
remember that?
I would like to riff track that movie again because I think we would find that
Totally.
so fun, and I'll upload that riff track somewhere.
Let's do that.
That'd be fun.
I'm down for that. I am down for
so
that.
let's talk about why you're here, and I know you gotta go. You gotta go to work, but tell me what you're doing here.
So I am on
What the
the.
fuck are you doing here?
You invited me over. My Uber dropped me off.
At the wrong address.
Wrong address. They dropped me down like a
Classic.
block, and I was like, "Where the fuck is this?"
Next
place?
time that happens, I want you to say, Elon Musk is trying to go to Mars, and you're ruining it.
You're ruining it.
You can't even drop me off in an apartment building.
I am on the national tour of Beautiful, the Carole King musical. We opened in Denver, and now we are playing LA until September 30th.
What did you think of the omelets there
Where?
in Denver? The Denver omelets. It's a serious question. Okay, so you did. I just played footsie with you as well. So
This is what the
you
fuck
open.
I have to fucking deal with.
I
This whole
can't
fucking
believe you.
time. No,
This
listen.
is
This whole fucking time I've had to deal with this shit. This shit. I've been bubbling The anger has been bubbling under the surface this whole fucking time. And you guys have no idea how fucking excruciating it is to deal with this shit. This shit. I would rather fucking eat Barney. I would rather throw Barney in a pot of stew and eat him than fucking continue this bullshit.
Thank you for coming on my podcast. It's been an honor.
Yeah, it's been an honor, man.
It's been an honor. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks.
Have a good show tonight, bud.
Yeah, fuck off.
That'd be great if that's how it is.
That would be great if that's how it is.
Also, that was my A choice. My B choice was going to be, like, after you got through that rant, to be like, I don't actually have a podcast. I just wanted to talk to you.
I just wanted to talk. This is my friend, Ben, air quotes on friend.
Okay,
what was the question? Oh, yeah,
we lost our track there. This is seriously my last question, and then you can go. But yeah, so you're touring with the national tour.
Yeah.
So you've been in New York for 2 years out of college.
Yes.
And you booked a national tour. Every actor listening to this, I want to speak for them by saying, fuck you.
Oh, boy.
And congratulations. Like,
Thank you,
it's
sir.
super cool. You're at the Pantages Theater right now. What cities are you going to?
After this, we go to San Diego, Costa Mesa. Then we go up into Canada to Alberta and Vancouver.
Have you been to Canada before?
No.
Wow, that's fantastic.
I've never been to a lot of these places
Do you
before.
have a port that you can pass with? I mean, a passport?
Oh, wow. There he goes again. I do. It's actually in my backpack right now because I'm so terrified of losing it because it was such a bitch getting it.
Yeah, it's not easy.
It sucks. There's
a photo.
Yeah, it was really fucking
lot of
hot.
paper.
It was really fucking hot in New York, and I was just schlepping from room to room.
I feel like people only schlep in New York. If you live
Yeah,
there.
you do. You got your bag, and you're like, oh, just fucking.
How many showers do you take there a day? Because I feel like I would have to shower like 3 times a day.
This summer, it was like at 3 showers. 3 showers.
Seriously?
A day. Yeah.
Not
one when I
jokes?
wake up, one when I get back, one before
Yeah.
sleep.
Because I'm very sensitive. Like, for instance, I just worked a 6.5-hour shift before I got here, and I'm like trying to clean myself up so I don't look gross or smell like coffee. And it's just us.
Yeah.
But I'm still like smell is Barney shit on the floor before you got here. I'm like, I stink and my apartment's gonna stink. That's a phobia.
Smells great
of
in
mine.
here.
You're
You smell
such a
great.
bad liar.
You smell great.
Let's get some more acting lessons for you.
Okay.
How are you booked? How are you working?
Pure luck.
No, seriously though. You did the show and then you did some summer stock and now you're on this national tour. It's so incredible, your journey, that like it's almost like you're destined to go to the top. Like but your work ethic is impressive. Your choices are impressive. What's guiding you as an artist that's gotten you here?
I love the work. I love getting up on stage and telling a story. That's real. I know that's cliche.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
that
it is.
that really I don't have a cool
Just
singular
work.
answer.
That's all I tell people is like just work a lot.
Yeah.
Just always be acting. That's my thing is like always be acting and like
ABA.
ABA, y'all.
ABC,
so,
always be closing. Also, may I say that earlier I said one of my favorite albums is Talking with the Taxman.
Yeah.
By Billy Bragg, and the name of the album is Talking with the Taxman about poetry. So that just came into my mind.
Okay.
And I wanted to amend that.
Great. Don't think anyone's looking that up. But for the
Someone's gonna look it up, and they're gonna really enjoy that album
I'm
did.
gonna look it up
As
and
I
then
did.
I'm gonna talk about it in the afterthoughts.
Please.
So you're touring with this thing. It's amazing. How long are you slated to go for?
Right now,
Yeah, like how long's your contract?
the contract is 6 months right now.
Wow, it's incredible, man.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm seriously not joking. I'm not being sarcastic. I'm not being facetious when I say, like, obviously, like, I think when I found out you booked that, I was just so fucking... 2 things happened. Pride, that I had even a little bit to do with, like, being part of your acting journey. But the other part was, like, relief.
Yeah.
Not that sounds like, oh, thank God he doesn't suck. That's not what I mean. Just relief that you're working. Because this shit is hard, man. It's not easy to do what we do. In fact, like, I tell people what it is, and I remember telling my aunt what it was, and she goes, that sounds like a Ponzi scheme. I was like, it is. That's what this is.
Yeah.
It's not, you're not supposed to win. You're not supposed to work. You're not supposed to do well.
Yeah.
And you are, and it's awesome. Hopefully I get to see you in the show while you're here. You know what? Not hopefully. I'm going to come see you while you're here. but like, you know, I'm sure we're gonna do this again at a later date, a part 2 to check in on, you know, after you've fully taken over the world, how it went. But I'm proud of you, and I'm so glad we got to sit down and do this. And
this sounds like the end.
It is the end because you have to go to work. You have to go entertain folks.
Well, that's what we do out here.
Yeah. Well, it's what you do out here. There's a lot of people I can say otherwise of. But seriously, like we'll do this again soon. I'll come up to you in New York, and we'll do a New York episode.
Oh, dude, we have to.
Yeah, man.
Let's do another one while I'm here.
Oh,
let's do another one.
Let's do like a three-peat. Like,
yeah,
straight
I'm
up,
down.
Just like ruin any chance of anyone wanting to subscribe to this.
No, I'm down. We should this one. We got a lot of stuff out of the way.
Oh,
now we can
just do bits.
I think yes. First of all, I'm all for just doing bits. It's just not really answering questions.
That Joker and Bane skit for like 18 minutes.
Yeah, 18
straight.
minutes. That doesn't get old. Let me tell you.
Where's the restroom?
You have to buy something first.
That was funny.
That was a good time.
I hope people get it. I hope people understand.
I think they'll get it.
Here's what I hope. I hope, like, I was so excited to do this interview with you and do an episode of this.
I'm so fucking happy to
because
do
it's like
it.
it gets to like sort of time capsule our friendship, and hopefully people sort of aren't super annoyed by all the riffing and the fact that this was the most all over the place interview I've ever done.
I'm telling you, people are going to enjoy this the most.
All right, we'll see.
The most they've enjoyed an episode.
Everyone
and if you think so, email me at bbiggers19@gmail.com.
Is that your real email?
Yeah, email me for real.
I'm gonna laugh because I have like internet stalkers.
That's my email.
Great. Well,
Email me. I don't care.
You're just gonna get like really weird, bad naked photos.
I hope so. Anyway, it's been a blast. And Steve, may I say, you were just saying time capsule. My whole life, you've always been creative, trying to create new things, trying to put yourself out there. You're one of the hardest working people I know. That's why I'm honored to be on a podcast like this, so I can be a part of your constant creative process. Stephen Sondheim once said, genius is just constant creation.
Yeah,
I think
true.
you have a piece of that in you where you always want to create. When we were in South Bend, Indiana, you wanted to make movies and you always let me be a part of them. So
Yeah.
I
still have those tapes.
and we are going to watch them. We are going to watch them.
I will. Yeah. Okay. We will next before you. Yeah. On our next hangout, I will bring those because I think I have them all on like hard drive or something.
Yeah.
So I can bust those out.
Yeah, bust those out, man.
Yeah, upload
But
them.
really, I'm honored to
Well,
be
I'm
here.
glad-
I'd
yeah,
love to
thank
do
you.
it at any other point. This was a lot of fun for me.
Yeah, it's cool. It's not a bad way to spend a couple hours, right?
Yeah,
It's
I'll
fun.
do it anytime. Anytime.
Just people chatting, hanging out.
Just people chatting. Hang on, I got one more protein bar.
Oh yeah, please bust out the protein bar and.
think I'm
Do
kidding.
you have to pee?
Yeah, I've already done it in the seat.
Why don't we record you peeing and opening the protein bar?
That wouldn't be the first time I've been in that situation.
I don't know what you do with your life.
Where someone...
To be honest.
Yeah, me neither. I'm a simple
Yeah.
man. I don't really...
So are you performing tonight or just rehearsing? Oh, did you get that from Starbucks?
No, I got it from CVS.
Yeah, we sold those at Starbucks for like 2 days, and then everyone was like, "Gross."
I like these.
Really?
No BS.
Yeah.
12 grams of protein, 3 egg whites, 6 almonds, 4 cashews, 2 dates.
You don't like the bar. You like reading the bar.
Yes.
The bar tastes like shit. You just enjoy reading
Ingredients,
that so much.
ingredients, dates, egg whites, almonds. Are listeners enjoying this? Cashews, chocolate, cocoa, natural flavors, and sea salt.
Only person listening to us fell down a flight of stairs and can't turn it off.
Oh my god! Yeah,
Playing through their Bluetooth.
This is
and
their
they're like,
version of
"No,
hell.
kill me."
This is their version of hell. I say we do another 2 hours. Fuck
Yeah,
it.
let's just go.
Let's fuck it.
So what are you like? Are you performing or are you just rehearsing tonight? You're working tonight, right?
Oh no, I'm not working tonight.
Oh.
I have tonight off. I have to go to a musical Monday at Rage. I have cast members performing there. They're
Oh.
singing, so I have to go out. To them.
Rage was the first club I went to in LA.
No way.
I lost my Indiana ID there. I haven't had an ID since.
You use your passport everywhere?
No, I just was riding dirty until I got a California license. I got my California
Oh, I
license
thought you said
like-
I haven't had an ID.
Oh
since.
no, not an Indiana.
And I was
ID.
like, dude,
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
I was like, this guy's living on the edge.
That's cool. We'll have fun doing that. And yeah, maybe we will record another one. I'll just have it like loaded. We'll release this one. So, yeah, like I've got.
I know you don't think this went the way you thought it would.
It did not.
But
no, it actually did. It's exactly what I wanted.
But I'm telling you right now, this
My
is the
worry is
best
people won't
episode
like
that
it.
you have ever made. People are going to love this. People are going to love this.
Yeah.
All they want to hear is two people they've never heard of talk.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Two unfamous mofos.
Yeah, some unfamous.
It's so weird. After like Until Forever and stuff like that, and like the little things I've done, I've like cobbled together like a small base of people that support me, and it's awesome. And it's like it keeps like growing like slightly incrementally or whatever. But like even those first like down, just love this guy even though he's not famous. Those fans, they're not sitting through this. Even the ones that like seriously were like, I love him even though he's not famous. But I'm not listening to 2 hours and 16 minutes of him and Ben Biggers talk about.
Well, that's
garbage.
that's what they're missing. That's what they're missing.
Maybe what we should do. Here's what we're gonna do.
Steve, you got to put this one out. You have to put this one out.
But here's how we're gonna grab
to
'em.
do another one.
I normally do an intro, but we're gonna do an intro introducing this episode.
Okay, let's do
doing
it.
the Joker and Bane thing.
Okay.
So let's end the episode here. This is the end of the episode.
Okay.
Okay. I
Sure.
love you.
Love you.
All right. Great. That's the end of the episode.
Goodbye.
All right, and that was me and Ben Biggers. Not sure how much of that made sense, but it sure was fun to record. One of my favorite people in the world, truly. I think that probably was obvious and apparent. Super talented. His tour is going all around the country. Beautiful, the Carol Kane musical. If it's coming into your town, go see it. Look for the name Ben Biggers and look for him to be performing. How cool to see someone his age, like, having a steady working gig as an actor like that. Super inspiring, super awesome, and believe me, he does deserve it. He's been, like he said, working since he was 12. Holy cow. They grow up so fast. No, but he's seriously one of the funniest people. We'll definitely have him on again. Hopefully we'll be more coherent. I think we were both just so excited to be able to riff that we did it. We recorded it, and it's pretty fun. That's what it's like to hang out with me. Like, if you wanted to know, you probably don't, but if you wanted to know what it was like to hang out with me for 2 hours, that's pretty much what it was. It was pretty unfiltered. I mean, I cut out a lot of things, when it got too crazy, but it was fun. It was super fun, and we'll have him on again. What's coming up? I think our next episode is going to be with Gregory Fisher, where we talk a lot about music and get some new theme music for the show. Keep your eyes peeled on your podcast app. And that is all, folks. Thanks for listening.